Hey, Marco, where's Pete?
You can't see him. All right, I had to be a little bit more enthusiastic. Sorry, we were in the middle of doing a bunch of stuff. We changed up. We were originally going to do a Bruce Timm's Batman thing, and we scrapped that at the last minute because we got the Obi trailer came out. Obviously, I watched it on 5 different devices. Paused it, repaused it, play it under double slow. We threw together something for that. We're also going to do something on Sunday, obviously, with that and a couple other things. We had to throw together some stuff. We're going to go DC too. We're going to talk a lot about DC. All three of us have watched Batman now. I have obviously, if I went out to the theaters, I got a story. Because I watched it last night about 10 o'clock. So, man, that went well. But we'll give you the heads up on all of it. We'll get through all that. We got a little bit of a kind of like a Marvel and DC thing going on too, kind of stuff that maybe doesn't make sense, right? And
we'll see. We'll just see the recent releases, the live action stuff. We'll put them up against each other.
But that's kind of it. I know people have been asking in the chat about my opinion on Obi, and we'll talk about that too. I mean, it is what it is. What's going on? What's Sticks? You changed your name, Eric. Hey, how you doing? Joe, good to see you. Ruben, always great. Pete, if you could swing us to a little bit of news to start us off for the Wednesday.
All right.
Oh, I also too have got like the top 10 books from that last con. I remembered I lost them, and then I picked them back off the dollar bins, and then I'll do a little show off too, I guess. But
right.
I found them.
All right, I'll run the intro for news.
Wait, does Stick have 2 accounts now? Is he Stick Boy and these comics are fun?
Yes. Yeah, because I noticed he's been using the Sticks Boy one recently.
Hey, Eric, what's going on? Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good whatever. Good Wednesday. It was a good Wednesday today, too. Know how y'all went? How you went to stores? What you did? Corbin, you pick up anything good?
No, because I missed it today. I ran out of time. I was running late. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow though, so I have some exciting books I'm looking at. Getting back to some Batman. Gonna venturing out of some Marvel coming up.
Good.
But yeah, I'm anticipating Murphy going back into the Murphyverse on the 29th.
Okay. Hey, Repair Tech Tony. Good to see you. All right, let's go through the news. I'm sorry, Pete. I know. We gotta get going.
What? No. I'm looking at the thing. I was like, my setup's like confusing me.
Everything's off today. This computer's going to restart itself.
The date, I didn't update the date. It's not today.
Oh, wow. That's good.
The 9th.
Okay. It is the 9th. Hey, I was kind of right on this one. Because what was it projected? 125?
It was, but even the estimates on Sunday were wrong when they said 128. Because when they counted it on Monday, they said it's 134.
So it did about as good as Black Panther. All right.
Well, also remember, it's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
But they did upcharge. I don't know what theater you saw it at, but AMC's upcharge you.
No, not me.
$1 or $2.
No. I go to, for all the people that are from the great state of Michigan, I go to that theater that's down off of Grand River and 8 Mile. That one that's out that way, like M5-ish.
But obviously it was number 1 by a long shot. But
yeah, sweet.
Uncharted was still there. Spidey's still making some money. Not
dog is a dog is there, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Channing Tatum movie. But still impressive for this, because I don't think it had that same level of excitement that like Spidey had, obviously.
Well, Corbin was very excited about it.
I know. I'm not
he's seen it 3 times and wet his pants twice. So
Whoa. Okay.
I did put it in here.
The Colin Farrell, amazing, huh? All right, sure. Oh, it does. But wait, come on, dude. Seriously?
There was a shorter version, but apparently didn't play as well. So
shit.
But there wasn't
anything demonetized. We might have just got demonetized. Why would you put this in here so we could get demonetized?
What do you mean? We're 5 minutes.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
No,
I don't believe that for a second.
Hey, we want to get into start talking about it already. We can get into start talking about it because I don't see what you could cut.
No, exactly. It's a Riddler movie.
You don't see what you could cut?
No.
Let's start from the back and go forward with what you could cut. First off, you said goodbye already. You could have ended it at the fucking Joker scene, but no, you wanted to do the goodbye thing, make the little fucking joke about blood, whatever, blood Revan. Cool.
Haven.
What the fuck is the 5-minute drive along bike monologue ride?
All right, fine. It was to listen to music, take the music out. That's true. That's just general movie filler, but I understand.
You want me to keep going back into the movie and shit we could
have because that was basic. That gets what, 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah, not 5 minutes. You're cutting maybe 90 seconds. It feels like a lot longer.
I know. I'm being exaggerating. Yeah. So I mean, take that out. What else are we talking?
Time out, because you could have cut the whole thing, even the goodbye. What you could have done was had that little scene when they're on the balcony, turn that whole 5 minutes into 30 seconds of the balcony, put that in the cutscenes because they didn't have shit for you in the cutscenes. Okay, next up, get rid of that stupid ass car chase. Made no sense. It was stupid. The camera angle was garbage.
No, it was not. It was not. Cinematically, that was beautiful.
Let me tell you, cinematically, it's a 360, and we're now all in art school. We're all lib majors, and we're going to talk about how cinematically, if I use tons of star flares and don't make any sense and go in circles so you can't tell what the fuck's going on, then that's got to be a masterpiece of artwork. It's a superhero movie. Oh, Corbin quit? He quit on us.
No. I can't. What's that? There we go. Yes. No, I'm good. You said it's a superhero movie, and yes, I understand it. But listen, movies and the you like splitting them up in terms of.
I'm not giving you just my opinion.
Movies being an art form. Movies are art form, like books, like graphic. Like this is an art form. Now, the fact that you can take a movie that is usually it's a superhero movie, so that means we should be subjected to a lesser version of film. Because we've seen big time other, movie guys who don't do superhero movies say, hey, a superhero movie is like the popcorn candy of movies. No, this is a movie that tried to be different. This is a movie that tried to evolve, and I appreciated that.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm a higher class of moviegoer.
Let me ask you a question. You understand that I talk fast, right? Do you think that is because my mind works at a slower pace? Like it slows down a lot of things? No.
I don't know.
They're a lot faster. When I'm watching a fucking scene and I'm like, this is disgusting, and all I can say is like, I want to close my eyes because it's hurting my eyes watching this, and I can't tell what the fuck's going on because
I can tell you. Let me break it down for you.
On a fucking car.
It was showing. It was.
Hey, was this Pimp My Ride? Because
it was purposely showing.
No fucking reason.
It was purposely showing.
Ass wanna be dating.
I'm about to. Whoa! I don't know that just sounded disrespectful.
Let's go to this first for this part.
All I'm saying is that when you looked at it from the pace point of view,
hold on, my mic.
Pace.
It was terrible pacing. It was terrible point of view.
It was not terrible.
They showed the point of view of the back of one truck looking at a fucking minivan.
Point of view, and for the Penguins, it was showing the option of being chased and how scary that was for the Batman to just keep coming.
They literally showed wheels. They showed wheels. They showed wheels. You don't even know whose car the fucking wheels were on.
No, you totally do.
No, they showed the fucking minivan.
One wheel was struggling to gain traction.
And one point they showed the minivan's wheel. They showed the wheels for the minivan. Why the fuck are we seeing minivan wheels? Yes. That
was a shot in there. But again, you're swept in the frenetic pace of a car chase. This isn't O.J. Simpson running from the cops. This is a legit car chase in there.
They used instead of using the orange color,
80 miles per hour.
They didn't even use the fucking real like the LED lights. They used that fucking orange.
Who had LED lights back there? It was a Penguin random car, and it was just a new Batmobile that hasn't even been
talking about the new shitmobile.
We should have brought JJ back on
again.
Oh my gosh, man! I can't believe you didn't even get the car.
That fucking first off, if that car ever did fucking start, the first fucking thing it would have done was flip the fuck over and killed Sparkly McSparkle Pants. And I don't give a shit that he was wearing a suit of fucking armor. By the way, what the fuck was the bat armor made out of? Because when he first showed up, the goddamn thing sounded like he was he was walking in I don't even know. I really don't even know what that sounded like. Tony, help me out. You know what it sounded like. It wasn't a metal that I'm aware of. Maybe cast iron. It sounded like fucking maybe it did. That's what it sounded like. Fucking cast iron. How the fuck are you now doing Bowflex moves in goddamn cast iron suit?
Bulletproof material. All right, it's a superhero movie, like you said.
I get that.
How do you want low tech, but then you also want the complete technical breakdown of what made the composites of his suit? Like it deflect bullets. They weren't shooting him in the face.
They did shoot him in the face. They just missed somehow because it came straight for his face and went boop. What the fuck is that shit?
Okay, well then I guess they're not great marksmen.
It does have one fucking superpower. He's bulletproof, apparently. That's what I learned out of that movie.
Oh my god!
I didn't look at the movie, by the way. I didn't look at the movie.
Several times by the force of a
You
blast.
just was off the fucking rails because you know that movie wasn't as good as you want it to be.
It was an amazing movie.
Leftover. No, it wasn't amazing. It was a good movie. It was not a. It was Corbin. I'm sorry.
Amazing to all right. I will say amazing to expectations because I was not high on that movie and it blew my expectations out of the water.
I think it hit on things it should have hit on and did a good job. And I think some of the stuff like fucking Bruce Wayne sucks a fucking fatty on that one. That whole shit was terrible. I will tell you this: when they did the fucking watch over monologue. By the way, you're recycling the shit that hits. This is DC for right now. Let's just take fucking shit from any little bit of any fucking property we've ever done before. This is how bullshit that fucking film was. They literally took because it's a masterpiece of cinema. No, they did the fucking Watchmen overview, which was great.
Okay.
I liked it because it sounded good. Okay, but it's not fucking Batman. So
you're talking about the read over? You're talking about the narration?
The narration, yeah.
That's a common movie thing.
They did the exact same
it's
form.
It's a war journal. They did it in a different format.
No, they did it exactly like Watchmen because it hit in Watchmen. They did it. It's self-narrating through a journal style, just like fucking what's his name?
I'm sure so many movies have done that.
Yeah.
This is just another movie in a long line of good movies that have done that.
But this is the problem with it. They did it, and the voice actually sounded fucking good. Okay. And then they fucking didn't do that for the rest of the movie. Then they left that.
They did at the end. You get swept up in the mystery. And you don't know the journal entry.
For nowhere. The bright light to let's kind of race each other. Get the fuck out of here with that.
No, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about when he was helping people and realizing
was absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And by the way, all you Batman fans should be extremely happy about. They proved the one point that DC's been proving for years. Batman is a shitty ass detective and not good at all at fucking figuring shit out.
He is.
It is true for him. It was exactly like the comics, 100%.
He got a lot of riddles down. He saved that dude's life to begin with. The guy with the bottle attached to his neck, he probably fell asleep during that part. But he helped him. All he had to do was give up.
You mean the guy who blew up and he got knocked out and he got caught by all the cops? He saved that guy's life.
Yes, he did. The guy decided to die because he wanted to give up the rat. But Batman has solved all three riddles. He solved the first one, solved the second one, solved the third, said, hey, dude, you need to tell what happened. He said, no, I'd rather die. So
there was a 2-year-old in that movie that was yelling out the fucking right answers to those riddles.
Come on. We didn't even get the riddles to the gang last week. We couldn't even do it. That was straight from the movie. We a bunch of Batman now? The 2-year-old probably director's son. Come on now.
He was like, what do you give somebody? What do you call something that you give somebody to a politician? That's a lot of money. Couldn't figure that one out. A bribe, motherfucker.
Okay, bottom line, they could.
By the way, because the answer wasn't a bribe, it was $10,000. That's apparently what the answer was. So Batman actually got that fucking one wrong because the Riddler was asking $10,000. So he got that one wrong. So now you're 0 for 1. Tell me which other fucking master riddle he
Four Deadly Venoms would like us to move on now.
I could tell you a whole lot more, but the Four Deadly Venoms wants to move on. Move on.
All right, we haven't even got through news. Let's get through news.
No,
we'll get back to it. Yeah.
This is what we were doing before we started.
Oh, we didn't get that far. I will tell you my experience on Deadly Venoms. Well, we should have done spoiler alert, even though we shouldn't. Yeah.
It's been over a week now. All right, so we'll get rid of the.
It was a good movie, by the way.
All that.
That's what JJ said.
Are you serious?
It was a good movie.
It's earlier.
Wow.
Halfway into that diatribe.
Why couldn't we just have that to begin with?
Come on. Like, there's a difference between good and fucking amazing.
It was good. I really liked it. I mean,
it was good.
I'm just saying.
Right,
I liked the David Fincher aspects of it. I liked the way it was. Anyway, we'll get to that later. We'll just keep moving through the news.
Why did we have to look at her dressing that one scene too? By the way,
well, that
was a waste of time. You could cut that down to 2 minutes.
She did a lot of work on her body. We had to see it.
She's a very attractive young lady, by the way, too.
Yes, she is. 32 does not look 32 on her,
in my opinion, at least.
So there was like an article or an interview where she was recapping when she was told that she couldn't audition for the last Catwoman because she was too urban for the role.
Can I ask you guys a question? And this is a serious question I've been asking, and I've gotten a 50-50 response on this. During the first scene with her meeting Batman, okay, and we're not going to give it away because I think Deadly Venoms wanted us to move on because he hadn't seen it. Leftover, knock yourself off. Stop that. We're not doing that. What I want to know is, did you see? It seemed like they CGI'd some of her movements to give her the typical like cat reverse, perk up, and stuff like that. And then in the fighting scene before they darked everything down, because obviously you couldn't actually show her physically fighting. You had to make the scene as dark as possible instead of using a stunt double. Did you guys catch that? Like, there's like 4 times they like used a CGI to make her make unnatural movements, which was weird.
I mean, she talked about how she trained to be more feline in her movements. I thought that was legit. Like she said,
that
it was
was
weird. She taught. I was reading an interview. I think it was last week. How she had to do like mannerisms and things to insinuate a cat being cornered and like different things like that.
I
so
get
like
the cat getting cornered. I get the cat getting. It wasn't during that part. It was like when she would stand
Her
up.
nails bothered me. I didn't like the nails.
I actually like the nail thing.
I thought they were neat. I think no, some of it
they made me uncomfortable.
Some of it was, I think she said like feline mannerisms, but I wasn't sure. Maybe there were. I didn't realize. I felt like it was sped up a little bit in spots, but
yeah, it was weird. It was weird. I just caught it, and then I brought it up, and some people were like, "Yeah, we think we saw something too." I don't know if it's true or not. It just seemed weird. Hey, what's going on, Obi? Yeah, I do think it's good. Yep. See, look. Hey, Obi knows me well. There we go.
So, do you think they introduced a future Robin in this? Now, this article is pointing towards one, but there are other articles that are pointing towards another potential Robin.
I think that Matt Reeves reboot may have introduced.
Is it the one kid at the jump? Yeah, no.
They're pointing to this kid. He's actually
already Tim Drake in Titans.
Yeah.
No, I hope not. I don't like him, man.
But then there's other articles where talking about the mayor's kid could be potentially groomed to be a Robin.
Which also, if you stare at a little kid as much as they did in that movie, you know you go to jail for that, right?
Why? Because Obi Wan was doing it through his binoculars on the.
You interested in the Batman? I'm sorry. Also, I think in that
Batman that was staring at him, it was Sparkle Pants that was staring at him all the time. Every time Sparkle Pants walked in some place with his emo look, he just went like this.
Pants?
I think
that's creepy. It was creepy.
Bruce saw it in himself. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but we'll move on. All right.
He saw something.
Oh my god.
But they are talking about making all of the DC movies more standalone, following the Batman,
which I think might be
a good idea.
I think that actually, because I'll tell you more, but I was in with it became a pretty friendly audience that I ended up seeing this with. There was about 22 people in there, and apparently I got very friendly with about 11 of them because one of them like fell asleep on my shoulder at one point, and then she hit me with her braids. So like we're good friends now. So, but like we talked about it afterwards, and when I said, guys, I think this is literally going standalone because I want to get their feeling for it. At first, they were kind of because they brought up Black Adam, and they're like, "You can't do that with Shazam. Shazam's such a corny." Yeah, I said, agreed. I didn't mind Shazam though, but like I do think standalone might be the way to go. So
you can mix some of them, like
you'll have some intermingling, kind of like they did with Peacemaker and the whatever.
Yeah, I just think at this point you're not going to redo the Marvel model. You're 15 years behind now, so you can't start over again. So do your own thing.
I have faith in Black Adam and Flash.
I do too, but it's been pushed.
But nobody else does. Shit.
It's been pushed back.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pretend I do. I'm mad. The more they push these things back, and the less I have faith in it.
It's only 3 months.
Well, here's the thing. Like why? Like, I guess that's why I'm upset. Like, is it to give Black Adam more of that space for October, November, December? But then why, when you're gonna have Shazam, we'll talk about it later. I don't know. If you don't have faith in it, you keep pushing stuff back. The Flash will push back 3 times now? You can't blame it on the pandemic right now. What is the reasoning?
For these ones, it might make sense that maybe they were trying to put Black Adam and Shazam closer together. So they kind of piggyback one another.
And that would make sense if you didn't wait.
2023, it's October, December. We can kind of double up and really, get some momentum.
I see what you mean. Fair enough. I don't know. I get you.
No, I guess maybe with that, but I think the standalone thing might work for them if they do it because it's too complicated.
Everything though. Well, this is just here's a little tweet somebody put up. Yeah, they moved everything. Flash moves to June of next year. Aquaman 2 moves to March of next year.
This is the other
has nothing to do with anything.
This is the other thing. This is the other thing right now, right? Batman right now, no matter what you want to say, and even if I joke around how and not joke, but say realistically, it's not even half the way to where Marvel is, right? Like it really isn't.
Well, that's because we don't have continuity. Right now, we have one really good movie.
It doesn't matter. No, you have one. You have
and
one.
I want
good
it to be
movie.
on its own. See, that's the
You
thing.
have
I
one
don't
good
want this
movie.
Batman
No. Hey, stop. I'm not trying to knock it. I'm really not trying to play here. Just hear me out real quickly.
All right.
Okay. Like if you look at it realistically, if you take the bias away and you look at it, you have one good movie right now, right? You hit it. You got on base. Let's go, right? But now's the time because there's nothing else against it too, that you should not be moving your stuff further down. Like let people get familiar with these one-offs. Keep them. I'm with you here. Who cares? Put it out there because right now you could do 130 and 40 million on budgets of 120 million, right? Like I don't think any of these movies. It's that Batman was a good movie and did as well as it did being just a good movie, I think is a great thing for them. But like, get some momentum here, guys. Like, don't do this. You're it's not a smart move.
I mean, my argument is that they got on base with Shazam and then they followed, not Shazam, Aquaman. And then whatever you feel about Suicide Squad, they did really good with Peacemaker as well. I think the Batman, they did hit it out. But I think now you still have too many like disparate, like, properties that you need to come together. I see what you're saying, Marco, and you're right. Realistically, let's call Batman a good movie, but we're pretending as if other solid movies that we've already said are solid.
Thanks, Rudy.
we don't want to forget about the ones they did.
Because those movies are solid. Aquaman was a solid movie. Peacemaker was a solid series. So, give those credit, in which case, in this case, Batman has taken it home with the last couple of movies that DC has done.
Well, Titans is pretty solid, too,
We'll get
Titans as well. We'll talk about it. So, but I do see what you're saying, Marco. I'll tone it down. I get it.
No. You have to tone it down. I'm just saying we're going to get to this discussion once we get to the shows and the movies. Then we can really hash it out. But for this, we also have. I still don't want this movie personally. I just don't care all that much. But Blue Beetle, they cast a couple more characters. His sister, I think. Maybe I don't know who they're actually going to play. I was trying to figure it out, so I'll have to dig into kind of research a little bit.
This is why you know Corbin right here. This is why you know that the Batman wasn't a home run, because when Marvel introduced Guardians of the Galaxy, people would say, "I don't know about Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't want to see this movie." But how can they do it wrong? Can you say that about Blue Beetle?
Again, no. But I'll say right now. Okay, you're right. Make a good point, Marco. Here's my slight pushback. When Marvel first started with Iron Man, Hulk, and them. I'm trying to think of. I guess Hulk would be a movie, but the third movie down. Let's say Captain America, right? Marvel was still in infancy. They'd done a couple good movies, but we still had some trepidation. I feel like
Hulk was okay.
It was Hulk. It was Iron Man,
and then they hit the home run with Iron Man, and then with Captain America.
But what I mean to say is that when Marvel was doing their third movie, we weren't all like, "Oh yeah, everything touches gold." We were still trying to figure them out.
No, they were saying it was really good. No, I don't think so. I think people were.
Was Thor third?
I think Thor. I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thor. I don't think everybody was gung ho on that train like that. I just don't. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like right now, I get what you're saying. I think that we got to like Marvel has such a head start.
That's what I've always said, though. What I've always said
is
that
realign expectations.
You have to put them together. You know what I mean? You have to start putting them together. And
so for me, this is like DC year 3. You know.
Well,
but also, I'm not hyped about Blue Beetle either. What are they giving us to establish anything? You know, unless it's going to be a standalone, which.
I think.
Well, we'll see what happens with this one. But you know what's going to be a home run because I like the trailer for this.
Oh yeah.
I'm
excited as well. I didn't think I would care.
I'm on board for this.
I am too. I'm all on board for this too. Yep.
We'll see. I mean, they got an all-star cast of voices, which helps.
It does. But I think the story is going to be pretty solid. And DC does better with comedy, it seems.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. Look at the Harley series. Look at Peacemaker. Look at what they've done here.
Harley was running good.
Shazam was all right. Harley was really good. Peacemaker was good.
Peacemaker was good, but that's Jim Gunn. I mean, that's Gunn. You're not going to have Gunn write everything.
Yeah, but I'm saying again, DC knowing where to put in place to make good shows. Like every property I've said is 3 different properties, but they've all been funny. They fit the bill. You know what I mean? Like Aquaman wasn't that type of movie. Therefore, you didn't get it. The Batman wasn't that type of movie. I think Shazam, you got some. But Shazam was more of a family-friendly type thing. Yeah, I think that's a solid statement. Yeah,
Aquaman still tried to have their little jokes in there.
They had a few, absolutely.
So Dane Cook, I wouldn't call him funny.
Well,
leaving
Dane Cook aside. I just put this one in here just so we can just kind of finalize now that it looks like he's just going to be regular Craven. He's not going to be a son of Craven, or it's not going to be Russell Crowe's Craven, and then he's one of the sons. Like, it looks like this is going to be an origin of the original Craven. So I'm assuming Russell Crowe's just going to be the aristocrat father. So no character of importance of supervillain nature. But we'll see. I still don't know why we're making this, but we have a lot of news regarding it because
I want to see it. Why? I mean, I think you're the only. Pete.
Nope, I don't want to see it either.
I'm just
okay.
I'm trying to figure this
like
out.
I just don't see what's the need. I don't see the vision. I don't
because just like DC with the one shots, I actually think there is room in this space to have one-offs. And Craven as a one-off.
That's not my problem.
One-off isn't my issue. One-off as a concept is not my problem. One-off for Craven the Hunter is where I draw a line personally. But listen,
obviously, we've already discussed it. Maybe your taste in comic books isn't the best because you thought the Batman was the most amazing movie you've ever seen.
I'm sorry, critics would have rather agree with me than have faith in this Craven the Hunter movie. But you know what? Whatever. Don't jump on me, Marco.
Yeah, don't hit your wagon to this one, Marco. Don't come help your Batman case.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next?
Who is this? I have no idea who he's going to play.
The villain, I guess. And what villain is that? I have no clue.
Villain, but here's the problem.
The Craven's the villain.
We already know that Craven's going to be in there. We also got a guy cast as Chameleon. This guy's also going to be a villain. And then we got another guy who was just cast as the Foreigner.
Yeah, we know what kind of Marvel
oddball characters, which is fine. But why do you have all these characters Chameleon, Foreigner? They're like masters of disguise. Like, so is Craven just going to hunt guys who like to wear masks? Like to pretend to be other people? Is he?
We've watched 2 Suicide Squad movies on the DC portion, and neither one was exactly. I mean, the first one was bad, but it wasn't horrible. The second one was arguably a lot better, decent.
I like the second one,
Batman, but I liked it too. Yeah. So until Marvel takes one of these things, like,
but this ain't Marvel. This is Sony. I don't trust Sony. There's a difference.
Oh, you got a point there. You don't think?
Like, did you love the Venom movie? Like, I was okay with the first Venom movie because I expected a dark dumpster fire, and I was like, oh, you know what? That was okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think. Look, once again, I
tank with lobsters.
I guess maybe that's where I'm always at the like. Hey, look, these are the problems, but the movie was good. I'm not expecting this to be fucking, some Schindler List masterpiece. I'm expecting this to be a corny comic book movie that's just okay. That I can go in and out in an hour and a half.
That's why I like the Batman.
Why? Because you had to take 6 pee. You had to.
I didn't your pee
because the Batman was the closest thing the Schindler's were going to get.
I didn't pee once. It was like the first half. I felt like I was watching 7, and I'm a big fan of 7.
Corbin, what? I don't. Oh my God.
Anyway, we're getting this guy's going to play the Foreigner. No, not this Foreigner. But
you got. See, that's a DC joke. It's about as funny as DC jokes.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what? You're done.
Get away from the 2. We'll get away from both of them. Red Sonja. Apparently, they're going to need a new Red Sonja.
This thing's never coming out, dude.
Nope.
What's out?
This thing's never coming out.
Probably not at this point.
This thing is just not fucking coming out.
They got another director, but yeah.
I think it's such a niche fucking thing anyways.
It is. I don't really see the big draw for it, but yeah, we'll see. Well, we're done with movies. Let's go over to streaming. And we're just going to touch on this because we do have a segment for this later. But yes, we got the Obi trailer today. So don't want to get into it too much because I know Marco did a whole thing. So we can talk about
it. I got a whole thing on this. Yeah.
Yeah. So
thank you. I agree. Thank you. Exactly. He said it.
What was that? I missed it.
And so
Spider-Man's not involved, really.
Zach, we need to Corbin. I know it's a life. My family's life goal is to get you an old lady, but we got to hook Zaggy up with somebody, dude. Zag,
oh my God.
Zag needs something, man. He just gotta.
And then this one, I just don't get it.
Again?
I'm not buying it. I think JJ brought this up on Sunday.
He did. I don't think
Heir to the Empire. It doesn't make sense because they're still pushing that. Oh yeah, you're gonna get Mara Jade. Like, she don't make sense.
No, people just
in this
need
universe. But whatever.
Yeah, no.
Whatever gives people clicks, and you write articles. I mean, there's nothing wrong with talking about it. I just don't think it'll happen personally. But I've been wrong before.
I'll put money on it.
We'll skip on over to Charlie Cox. I do like the idea behind this, that we're not just going to pick up where Netflix left off. This is a different Daredevil, because as much as I like the Netflix shows, I don't know how it will fit in this universe exactly. So let's get a refresh. I liked him as an actor. Like, I think he could do it, but we can still, tell plenty of Daredevil stories that aren't already off the table because of what Netflix did.
Exactly.
You know
Give us a good bullseye. Bring back Colin Farrell. Mate, let's do it right this time.
Sure. Just wait till Disney starts opening movie theaters, Dom, and then they will buy Sony. They will. All right. Next up, I think that's a good idea. Plus, he's gonna be more lawyery too. I think so. It'll be all right.
Well, since we're sticking with Disney Plus,
hey,
come on, the Electric Mayhem Band are getting their own series. So Dr. Teeth is going to be a star.
Is it going to be a cartoon or is it going to be a puppetry?
It's probably going to be a puppet show.
Puppetry.
I mean, it's got to be a puppet show, right?
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, they could be a puppet show, I guess, but I'm expecting a puppet show.
Animal.
So I'll be disappointed if it's not a puppet show. But
is that guy still going to be drunk? Is the guy still going to be like the drunk high that dude? The guy on the left?
Still plays, right?
You can still do that, right? You could just still be drunk. You can be a guy that's high.
Mm-hmm.
It's legal in a lot of places now. Most of it. Be better off.
Yeah, but the one guy was driving the bus. He's drunk as shit. Like, I mean, he can't be doing that.
Another one?
Well, we got a series going to be coming to Hulu. I don't know. I do like Aliens. I kind of wish they would just nail down the mythology and not do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with the movies. That the more recent movies like Prometheus and Covenant or whatever, they start off with a great concept. It looks great, looks beautiful. And then they have, hey, these scientists do the dumbest goddamn things you can think of. Hey, I'm on an alien planet. I'm going to take my helmet off. What could hurt me?
You mean like putting a big block 360 in the back end of a car and then no spoiler to keep
hey, I'm on an alien planet and there's something that looks like a goddamn cobra in front of me. Let me try to pet it and say hello to it. That's some dumb shit.
That's some dumb shit.
Yeah, so we'll see how they handle the Alien franchise going forward. But it seems like Amazon Prime is just going full on with the fantasy side of things because God of War, this has got to be expensive as shit to do.
Is it anymore? No, is it anymore? Is it anymore?
You'd imagine.
I don't think so.
Lord of the Rings is going to be the most expensive TV show ever made.
But is this going to be live? Is this going to be live or is it going to be a lot of CG?
Well, I'm thinking that's why I'm thinking it'd be expensive. It's gonna be it's gonna be a mix. Yeah,
I think you could do it cheaper. I think Lord of the Rings likes to be. We spent so. Remember when Lord of the Rings came out? They were talking about, it was so expensive. It's such a masterpiece because we made this, and then you had to look at a fucking burnt vagina on the screen for a while. I mean, it was terrible.
What are you talking about?
Aya Goroff or whatever. It was terrible.
Bird's vagina.
I no comment.
Burnt.
Oh, a burning.
BUR, yes.
Okay.
Like syphilis.
All right. I didn't see that, but I'll look for it next time.
I know.
Anyway, I guess we'll see if this God of War series pans out. But I'm interested.
That egg looked too wet. Oh, there it is. The Eye of Sauron. That's what it's called.
Yeah, the Eye of Sauron. I know the Eye of Sauron. I just didn't know.
Hey, he got it. Zaggy said, yeah. Zaggy agrees. Zaggy agrees.
I don't think he agrees just because he laughed at you. That's not agreement.
Trust me, I've been there. Yeah, it's not necessarily always an endorsement.
Oh, this is why. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know there was two pictures, so that's why. This was supposed to be the only picture. Forget the killer one from before. Giancarlo Esposito is going to be bringing back Gus Fring apparently for some follow-up to Better Call Saul. So AMC Plus, yet another streaming service to go and pay for.
No.
Nope. Maybe for some, but I
can't for this because I liked, I liked the show and all that, but I feel like Breaking Bad was a long time ago now.
Long time ago.
I fallen behind on Better Call Saul, so I don't think I need it, but hey, it's there. HBO Max, though, they're moving forward with the Penguin. They don't need anything. They're just green light, go.
I'm excited for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of like the fact, like, keep everything separated. I think that's the way for DC. Just throw as much shit against the wall as you can, and then see what sticks and kind of go with it.
Yeah. It was interesting seeing Colin Farrell playing Bobby De Niro in a fat suit with a
Hey, now. Oh, we're off monetization already. I'm going to re-put it on and see what happens.
Why? Right. Oh, did I turn it off?
So I forgot to turn it on. We'll be all right. We'll be okay, I think.
I know, but I think I forgot to turn it on.
That's good. Well, because they kind of got one. I thought he was really good. I thought everything. I actually liked what they did with this character. This is the one thing I'll give. And we'll talk about more in the review. But like Batman, the best Batman movies are always when they focus when the villains are the best things on the screen, and the villains in a Batman were by far the best things on the screen. And this was one of them that was that good. What they did with Penguin was just amazing. So,
yeah, I liked it. I'm looking forward to this series. But apparently, we're not getting the Gotham City PD show now. Because we were going to get a Gotham City PD and an Arkham show. Now it looks like the PD show has become the Arkham show. So we're still getting another show. It's just not the show we were originally promised, I guess.
Can I ask you a question? So is Batman is Emu Batman? Is he going to be the only Batman that is related to the crazy side of Arkham?
Wait, who Batman?
Emu. You know, like the birds.
No. Emo. He
wasn't emo Batman. This was just Batman Year 2. Watch, an older Batman's going to be more emotionally competent. All right.
Hey, I'm Batman, and I'm Bruce Wayne. It's nice.
Okay.
No, anyways. See, that's the thing. He actually wasn't like that. That's what I got from the trailers. That he was going to be that way. He was just more like, I don't give a shit. I'm Batman. Yeah. I'm not Bruce Wayne. That was a difference, and I thought that was actually interesting to play it differently with him and Alfred until the end of him understanding that. I do need to.
I didn't say I disliked the
Lord of the Rings.
Clarification again. I guess I don't understand how you don't understand this. You guys are acting like they're finite things. I could say, oh, we complained about how much budget we used and we did all this great special effects and that's why, and say like, really, you created a flaming whatever, but like, and at the same time, I didn't say that I disliked the movie. I actually enjoyed the Lord of the Rings.
I know, but you called him emo Batman. I'm saying
exactly. It was like a half.
I'm disagreeing with the label you slapped on it.
Oh yeah, Gothman? Is that what we're saying? He was Gothman?
No, I think that when people just want it, listen, I think people came in with an expectation of what Batman was going to be like. I think that they had expectation of what Robert Pattinson was going to bring to the table. He didn't fully fit that whole goth emo bill, but people don't want to back up off of that. So he didn't fully fit that.
No. The monologue at the beginning didn't, and I was shocked. I was like, oh.
Exactly. So that's what I mean.
No. The monologue at the beginning was sweet. I was like, oh, crap. I was like, this is great. Love it. And then they went to Gothman, and then they did. 100%. It's not
Gothman.
I don't think they did Gothman. I think we as a society have lost of what goth is.
I don't think you even were born when goth was around, bro.
Listen.
We did have some grunge in this.
I don't know. Yeah, they did the whole fucking. They did all the Nirvana.
Yeah, I thought Nirvana was actually really cool.
Marco, shut me up.
Hear REM next. I didn't know, like, you know what I
mean? He said I wasn't even
all right, we're gonna move on to the bat.
Was I wrong? Am I wrong?
I didn't say you were wrong, sir.
No, that's right.
So we don't know who this guy's playing still. Now people are saying he could be Killer Moth of all things on this Batgirl movie for HBO Max. So I don't know.
Is anybody watching this anymore?
Well, it's not on. It's a movie that's coming out still.
Is anybody gonna watch this anymore?
I don't know.
No, it's Batwoman. Is anybody watching Batwoman anymore?
Yeah, I gotta talk on it when we get to TV. Okay, cool. I was, but I wish I weren't.
We actually speak of the devil. Even though this is not streaming, I had no other place to put it, so we're putting CW here at the end.
We
got a couple of casting bits where we are getting Bluebird or Harper Row, Batman 7 from New 52. If you didn't know, for first.
Didn't know. So yeah, I got thoughts on all that.
Duella Dent and what's her name?
Carrie Kelly.
Yes, that's it. Carrie Kelly.
Can we sell them for more than $1 now? The Joker's daughter.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's CW, so you know you got to get in real quick and cash out.
We know that the
Joker's daughter is kind of expensive. That's that. What is it? The Batman Family, whatever number it is.
I just feel like they're gonna run it to the ground. CW based off everything else they've touched. Because I mean, looking at it from the TV side, I can tell you, Batwoman season 3 just had their finale. I'm hoping it's not renewed. I've never actively hoped more for a TV show not to come back. But I'm hopeful that they don't bring that TV show back. What's up, Marco?
Okay. Because you're such a DC homer that.
Oh yeah, no, I watched it. I'm actively I'm hopeful that it gets denied. I read the Carolyn Dries interview of how
I tried to watch that episode and I was just
dude, it's unbearable. It's unbearable.
Yeah,
and it was more the things they did to the Joker, the things they have just enough power to mess with your memory of things, to have access to certain things from DC's archives, but yet not enough to really be significant. It's just annoying. So I'm hoping that not only does CW lose that, but I'm hoping that they don't go further with the Batman property, which is why I'm upset with what they're doing here. Because the Gotham Knights series, I've talked about this before, is going to be a show where Batman is dead, and you have villains taking over Gotham, and the offspring of both heroes and villains are coming together to kind of fight crime. But we've already been down this
Descendants in Gotham.
Do I like Naomi? I'm not gonna lie. Naomi, it's different. Sorry, just to answer the question there. Naomi's different, and yes, Pete, that's exactly what they're doing. I like the comic, the TV show. No, CW takes everything that you think is cool, and with the exception of Lois and Superman, that Superman and Lois is beautiful. Like that show stands alone. But I think it's just because of the way they're looking.
I heard. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, it's so solid, man. It is so solid. But everything else that CW's done, it just puts this distinct flavor in it, which takes it away from the story. They prioritize.
I don't even know what they're trying.
It's really good. You can check it out on HBO Max season 1 if you want to, but they prioritize CW, what they're trying to push over the actual character development of the story. You can tell. So I'm not excited for Gotham Knights because, come on now, you're not going to get. Never seen a show where the first episode totally off and only went downhill from there. Absolutely, and that's how it went.
I did like Legends, even though I fell off. I liked Legends because it was more.
Legends just overstayed its welcome.
It was kind of fun. It was.
Yeah, Legends was beautiful. I think. I mean, it was beautiful. It was a different beat, Pete. And Legends, I think it's like Supergirl, and that's over. And you see Arrow's gone too. Certain shows, eventually, they got to be canceled. Like they've reached their end point.
The shark.
Batwoman reached their end point as soon as the intro came and it said Batwoman. It was over.
Bullshit. Okay.
Right. They let me down, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. All right. Get it off your chest. It's okay.
We'll get to some games. Now, the first bit for games is all about one game, but it was a lot, so I put it all in here. Star Wars Lego.
Dude, so awesome.
Did you see how many character drops they're going to have? Like in the first
Yeah.
We're getting Mandalorian Season 1 pack when it comes out on April 5th.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the Han Solo pack also on April 5th. Granted, I think you got to pay for all this stuff.
You do, but you can wait till the end. You just got to be patient and just wait.
Or you buy like the deluxe edition at the
deluxe edition at the end. It's like 20, 40. You buy that.
Something like that.
Well,
you get these classic characters. You're getting Luke and Leia. Like,
hey,
there's so many packs. This is, again, April 5th when it comes out.
Can we just de-age my man and like have
Billy D
and have a Billy D Lando movie?
Well, I like Donald Glover. I like Glover's Lando.
I do too, but I love Billy D.
I was rewatching Community today, actually. I was like, oh, Troy. We're also getting a Trooper pack.
It's been a while. It has been a while.
Then a couple weeks later, we're going to get a Rogue One pack. So you're going to get your Jyn Ersos and your Andors.
What are they charging for these packs, guys? Is it $9.99? Or is it $4.99?
It didn't say.
I'm just asking for the last ones. I think it's $4.99 a pack.
Something like that. Usually sounds about right. But we're still not done. There's still more. May 4th, we're getting the Mandalorian Season 2 pack.
Wow.
With Bo-Katan and Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Fennec, Moff Gideon. That's an interesting set.
A lot of content. And
then we're getting Bad Batch as well on May the 4th. So that's a lot of drops for a month.
I mean, they're just
like, wouldn't you want to basically? I mean, maybe one or two sets. Like maybe you don't need the Stormtrooper set. Maybe you decide to skip out on one of the other ones, like Rogue. I don't know.
I don't buy any of them to wait.
Wouldn't you want them?
Yeah, at the end. That's why you wait.
I know. I'm just saying, but it's still enticing. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you just wait longer and then you get the all-in one. That's what I do. Yeah, but you buy it at the height of the market. Just wait a little bit. They've done this before, though, Sticks. It's not new. They always had these.
They always do.
I mean, this is real micro, though. Yeah, usually the packs are a little bit bigger and they come.
Yeah, it's like extra missions and levels and things. This just seems to be characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna admit I'm kind of intrigued. I haven't played a game in like a year and a half, but I want to play this.
The Doc's been playing it a lot.
I want to play it. I just keep hearing people talking about it, and I want to play this Elden Ring game.
If he's the blockbuster two-time 1993, 1994 champ, and he's playing it, I mean, why aren't we? I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Six, are you playing this on the Twitcher? We'll see.
We'll see. But apparently, the Final Fantasy fans got pissed off by some news drops today. Yeah. They were expecting Square Enix to show off Final Fantasy Tactics, but apparently they got this Diofield Chronicle instead because they showed this. It looked just like Final Fantasy Tactics, and then they're like, oh, and then they announced, but it's not. It's something else.
Boo you. Boo this man.
And then they were expecting Final Fantasy 16 to be announced right after it, and they're like, nope, we've got a different game for you, whatever this Valkyrie Elysium game is, which, again, these things look nice, but apparently it's not what the Final Fantasy fans wanted, so.
Saggy says Horizon West instead. Yeah, no, nobody wants this cruddy game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boo.
We shall see. It's weird. It has kind of like a bit of a cartoony aspect with the CGI. Like, look at the black outline around like their wings. Like, I don't know. The animation looked different to me.
Looks like Final Fantasy, but not as good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just a little bit different. But we got some Lego stuff. These are kind of cool. Whatever these quick sketches are, these faces. Apparently, you can buy these little mural faces things.
Yeah, it's a smaller version of the mural face, I guess.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
You're right.
I don't know. They didn't list a price in the reveal, but I got to imagine this is probably like a 20-25 kind of thing.
It was $20. It's not bad, I think.
I mean, it's only 200 pieces. Well, maybe 30. Maybe it's 30. It's probably that makes more sense.
30. They can't rip us all off.
It's only 200 pieces after all, but
all right.
I don't know. It's probably gonna be somewhere in that range. This is just somebody made this with the Lego ideas, but it got the 10,000. Who knows? They're gonna make them, but the Jordans are kind of
Target's got one of those Adidas ones, but somebody trashed the box. They like
it's open.
Yeah, so now it's just a trash box. Nobody's ever gonna buy that thing.
Yeah,
$10 sets. I wish it was $10 sets, but they're not $10 sets, man.
No. But these Jordans are kind of cool. But I don't know what you do with this. You build them and then what? You just have fake shoes displayed, I guess.
You're kidding me, right?
What?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do with it.
I know.
Look at this
Peach's Castle. My son was excited when he saw this. He's like, "Oh,
yeah."
He's like, "What do we got here?" And they got all these different characters. Apparently, you're gonna get a Peach that I guess will probably be playable, like the Mario and Luigi.
It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, this is probably $100 if I'm guessing. 100 to 120.
What happened to that? They came out with a Sonic, and then you can never get it. And now they never came out with any other set to it.
Yeah. Maybe they're waiting for the movie. Maybe they're just keeping it under wraps, and when the movie comes out, we'll get more. But we'll just move on to toys. I don't have a lot. There's no sneakers today. I'm not gonna. We don't have sneakers today, so we just got a couple of toys. This Walgreens binary figure apparently is out there. I haven't seen it, but apparently this is released. So if you like binary, you can go and grab this figure over at Walgreens.
She's about to go to disco
or online. So she kind of has the hair of a. I don't know, was it a Micronauts figure? I can't remember. With Silverhawks. This is the Silverhawks villain. You flip his head back.
Okay.
And then we got a life-size Thundercats replica sword.
Can't wait till a bunch of chubbies run around the cons with these.
$600.
Thundercat.
Thunder.
$600, but apparently it's a 1-for-1 like size. So
that is kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. I kind of wish it would, extend. Like I got my son one of the ones that. Well, actually, my brother got it for him for Christmas. One of the ones that kind of extended from the one you could put in the glove, and then
extended. Like that'd be really cool.
Yeah, you just had to push a button and you swing it out, and it was like the lightsabers, basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a couple of things from the comics today. I didn't pick up my books yet today, so I haven't read these things. But this first one's coming. So this is when we get to ASM 900. Apparently, we're getting a super adaptoid that's going to have the Sinister Six powers facing off against them.
Oh, that is such a Marvel move. Just selling that. What? Like this one character?
Yep, one character.
Have all that?
We'll have all of the powers. Yeah, it's
and they say DC is okay. Cool.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's no. We'll wait and see. Let me not be. I don't know. That doesn't sound smart at all.
It's just an event issue, so they just want to be able to do something different. I guess.
Yeah.
I really am not looking forward to Ramita Jr. taking back the art.
No, I'm with you.
I got to keep buying them though. I got to keep my ASM run going.
I don't ASM. I do. Hey, Corbin, I put this on. Same thing with DC. ASM fans in DC just buy bullshit no matter what.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
So
this doesn't look smart at all. And this is from a guy who backed up Joker War. Anyways,
so I didn't check out Punisher today.
Yeah, I did.
Did you check it out yet? Was it any good?
Yeah, it's all right. There's a bazillion covers for that.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
There was lots of copies.
So I mean, I got it picked. I got it. My dad's thing picking up for me, so I'll get it. I just won't get it till this weekend.
I flicked it. I read like 5-6 pages in between it or whatever.
How was it?
Okay, it was. There's a lot in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got to set up this whole new status quo for him as the warlord of the hand or whatever.
You totally snarfed it.
And we go over to DC. So apparently, Dark Crisis, because we need another crisis in the DC universe. We're gonna get a whole new Justice League.
Doesn't sound like a good idea.
Defending DC gets so tiring, Pete. I don't know what to do, man.
Whole new Justice. I mean, look, we got a new Justice League.
It gets so tiring.
At least they haven't given up on these characters. I actually
they're killing off all the rest.
I really do think that. I think that with how big it is, like this is final. It sounds terrible, but I think they have to start compartmentalizing. Yeah, these areas and like just do it. Just go for broke on them. Like put them all as one shots or put them all in their own things. Forget trying to keep rebirthing and redo. Nope.
Well, they're going to have to.
No,
they're going to have to rebirth it because what they're doing is they're killing off Batman and Superman and like they're not just taking them out, they're taking them out. Granted, we know they're going to come back, so that's why we're going to need another rebirth, renewal event to undo whatever they're doing now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just keep them isolated. You could do something like they did with Ultimates, and
I think they tried. I think that's what they were trying to do with Future State, and I don't think
they wanted
it as well as they wanted.
Future State was 6 fucking weeks long, or 6. It wasn't. It wasn't. You have to keep running with it. So
yeah, I think they gave up, and they're like, no. And then now this is their idea. We have to force it.
If something comes out 6 months, that means they gave up 3 months into the planning of that motherfucker. Like that motherfucker was done way before it even came to get out.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, what's her name? The Wonder Woman. Her series got canceled. But now you're gonna make her Wonder Woman.
You don't have to defend. This is St. Corbin and Ruben. You can actually. It's pretty good if you hold up these companies to something.
Thank you, Garth.
You don't have to defend garbage. You can say this is bad, but this is what's really good. Okay, that's what you can do. That is an option.
But Marco, people, I mean, you've done it yourself. People get real disrespectful about your companies, and you gotta fight their battle. They go out and say, DC's been trash since, and you're like, hold up now. No, I agree with you.
Hey, I got AT&T stock. You got any?
Hey, listen, I don't.
It's not your company. You don't need to be defending.
But they're selling it. They're selling it. Are you still gonna have DC when they sell it? You're still gonna be there. You're gonna be AT&T guy.
Well, no,
because right now you just so happen to be aligned with DC. That means you're backing up DC. This means you're backing up AT&T, which happens to share DC. Don't mix the two. You're not loyalists.
My point is, they're not sending you a check.
No,
so you are the consumer. If they put out something that's not that good, everything doesn't have to be absolutely amazing. Buy everything. Or it has to be absolutely trash. There is a middle ground where you can go because, by the way, it's subjective. I don't actually like this, so guess what? I'm not going to just buy it because it's not.
And to be fair, when I say I've been tired of defending DC, I mean these things come out, right? And I say this may not be such a bad idea. Let's wait and see how it goes. I have Batwoman. I said was going to be a good idea, and we see how I feel now. Tom King's Batman run. I thought started off solidly. We see how it finished. Like if it's bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. We spend our hard-earned money on these books. You know what I mean? Like we want to be.
You sound like? You sound like me as a Jets fan. You know what? Let's give the new coach a chance.
That's what I'm tired of.
Quarterback.
Yes, Marco. Thank you, Pete. Because that's what I mean,
bro. We got Marco. I get it. I get it. But that's it. Like people are like, "Oh well, you're excited for it." Sure, I'm excited for the draft.
Yeah.
You go buy season tickets? Fuck no, I ain't gonna buy those season tickets.
But see, that's smart. For me, it's like, okay, this does not seem like a good idea, but let's just see how it comes into play. Maybe they could do this, maybe they could do that, and then they don't inevitably. That's what I'm tired of defending. Like right now, this is a dumb idea.
No, but
like you just went through a crisis with Dark Metal. You're just getting Justice League back. You're the 5G / Future State Initiative. Like, take a pause, develop these characters a little bit more. Already. But no, let's do another crisis and kill off the Justice League. That's what I mean. But I'm with you, Mark. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. No, but that's just why I think like when I know everybody's laughing earlier when I said, well, it was a good movie, but these problems.
That was funny.
No, but I get it because it's not exclusive. Everything doesn't have to be you're all in or it's you're all out. You can beat both. Like you can go.
Yeah. But Darth Ramgusan, I hope I said that. Ramgusan. Anyway, I feel your pain. And Joe, Tom King does. I mean, I liked the Batman Catwoman like miniseries he did. I think that his stories, if they're contained to like 5-6 issues at this stage in time, is what he needs. Anything more, he does go in those trends of emasculation and going too deep in these poetry. And I agree with you, Joe. I think that he still has a place, but it's a very finite amount of books. Otherwise,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if they like, I hate who's the guy that did Multiverse in DC?
Which one?
the multiverse one. It was like the big, goddamn, the one where they had it was like
Crisis on Infinite Earths?
No. The multiverse. It was like the multi-universe. He tried to combine everything into one. It was like
no.
I'm
lost.
It had like.
Wait, are you talking about like Multiversity, like the Grant?
Yeah, Multiversity. Yeah. Who is that?
Morrison? Grant Morrison?
Yeah, I can't stand Morrison shit. I can't.
Oh yeah, Grant Morrison. Okay, I was confused. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I mean, I don't love all of Grant Morrison stuff, but
horrible.
I like the Authority.
And I can read some of the, Jock, when Jock and what's his name was doing stuff. For those runs, those were good. So like, I think they have something there. It just, multiverse. Oh, there's been so many. I meant multiversity, not multiverse. Sorry.
Yeah, multiversity that was kind of a weird.
Oh, that's so much. But it's not just.
Thank you. That's why I was like, what?
No, yeah, it's any of his stuff. Yeah. All right. Are we gonna do Obi? So let's do Obi because we've been yelling already. We'll yell back at DC and Batman in a minute. There is one thing with the Obi trailer that I think is bad is like how you fuck this up.
The Uncle Fester.
Oh yeah, what the shit, man? And I'll show you why.
Well, what was the other one I showed that somebody shared? Oh, the Young Frankenstein.
So I actually kind of got a clip. We used to be able to do animation, we didn't, but. It started off, he's walking through, Tatooine, They show him as a common person. It says Obi-Wan's voice. Hey, look at this. I clipped out the voice thing too.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was okay. We lost it. Yeah, he's walking through to the thing. I mean, they're out of face. I thought it was kind of cool. They actually showed this. Some of this didn't look done though.
Looks like the Batwing.
Yeah, the Inquisitor ship didn't look like it was done. You know what I mean? I did like how they had the base coming out of the water. That was kind of cool.
It looked like cool. Azkaban from Harry Potter.
Well, there's
we're getting a lot of Harry Potter and Star Wars these days.
We get to see that they are going to use two. I will say this, and maybe it's because I was disappointed in how they showed up, and then how great it was when two other ones showed up. I wish they would have just done all Inquisitors we've never seen before. Because you can't judge anything unless you never see it before. You get what I'm saying here?
Well,
because these two did not look like they're supposed to, and it was been easy fixes on it. So you get the patience, you get this guy. And at first, I thought it was I saw this and went, wait a minute.
That's the Grand Inquisidor.
I was like, isn't this on the fucking Disney Plus? Is somebody fucking with this? Is this Star Trek? Somebody did a Star Trek figure.
He does look like a Borg. He does kind of look like a Borg. Now that you say that.
That was a Borg. I was like, what? Is somebody screwing with us? I actually talked to Darth Lopez and was like, are we 100% sure this is actually just not a very well done fan trailer? And because of it. And then, okay, so then they do the whatever. They get to show this part. Jedi can't help themselves, blah, 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 blah. You see Obi doing, if you read the Obi journals, you kind of know he's like working out in the desert and trying to make money and stuff and just hanging out. So this all plays towards this part. I thought this was kind of cool. So we get two new Inquisitors in there. The inside of this looks cool. Obviously, they're on that little water thing, so they probably went back underneath water, which is dope. We get to see that. I did. I thought it was Ruben. Yeah, for a second, I thought it was Ruben. I liked how they did this. Now, I've heard the people go like, Well, she knows, and I was like, no, there's a dead person hanging. I didn't show it, but they have somebody hanging there.
Yeah, there is like their feet
out. They're doing it in the middle of the city, so I assume they're looking for the person that they're looking for. And I'm glad right now with what they showed. I'm glad that now they can always change, but the early rumors were like this is going to be Obi leaving for Leia and Darth Vader's going to be on the planet, and I'm like, oh, I don't want them ruining the like. Well, please don't touch the original 3. Don't, because they've never done anything good. Never. You can never.
I know, but those rumors aren't debunked by what we saw here.
I know, but yeah, we haven't seen it yet. So I'm
because Obi does leave the planet. We see him leave,
right? But he goes to that. But they've already announced, because if you read the article in the magazine, the name of that planet, it's a new planet, and it's supposed to be based off of Hong Kong and everything else.
Yeah.
So, but they said, I think they kind of hinted it was towards a kid. So then you get the Lars moment where how they clipped it in, it looked like she was actually talking and looking to Lars.
Uncle Owen?
Yeah, or Uncle Owen, yeah. Owen Lars, right? He's Lars, yeah.
I know, I just like saying Uncle Owen.
Yeah. So Lars is here just doing his little mental thing, like, oh crap. Now, the time set that this is in, I hope too is in a I hope the time set is awesome too. I hope it is right before the comic. It's in between Dark or Black K and before the Inquisitors meet Vader. And we'll talk more about that on Sunday and why that can happen. And there's a couple scenes in here that might kind of link us to that, which will be amazing if it's that timeline, because there's so much. It means that it'll work out very well. It'll be very clean and well.
Seeing the Inquisitors meet up with Vader would be kind of cool.
After this, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
here you get.
We're not gonna have Vader throughout this whole series, but something maybe at the very end.
Yeah, at the very end you get Vader. Yeah. But because the one cool thing that would be is like I don't know. Spoiler alert of a 2016 fucking comic book, but Vader starts cutting these guys and girls' arms off and stuff and kills a couple. So like that'd be like I don't know how far we're gonna get into that, but then you have they keep going. The taco was great. They did everything. Everything looked clean. It was crisp. The Jedi get the itch. Blah 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 blah. You get this. So they show you this new Inquisitor, which, if I'm correct, in some side story, this Inquisitor was explained before. I think this is number 5, but I could be wrong. Fifth sister? Is it fifth sister?
Yeah. Well, I'm just guessing. If you say number 5 and it's a female, then it's gonna call her sister.
No, Jedi. You've heard me give the same opinion before. Everybody, just because everybody, you said we can't say everybody because no. And then I heard this misconception that they thought that Obi-Wan was trailing this kid, but if you watch it closely, he's not trailing this kid, and that's not Kanan either, by the way. And then we get Ruben.
I love that scene.
Yeah, it's a cool scene, but Ruben, they got to touch him up. They just got it. That's the Sonic thing, like. Just touch it up a little bit. It'll be okay.
Yeah, what do you think he's talking to with the bald head? And
I think he's literally just talking to somebody. I think there's people that are hiding the kid that are part of the rebellion, especially considering you saw that there's things going on there. So I think there's people that are part of the rebellion that are hiding these Padawans. They hung one of them in Tatooine. That's where you see her in the square. Okay, because we see a stop point where
because they got to catch some, because otherwise, you got to make them a threat. You got to why we should be worried. Like, you have to show them actually catch and be Inquisitors for them to be a threat.
Darth Lopez, and this is where you're trying to get me off on the rant that I'm not gonna get off on. I'm just gonna tell you this: if you ever want to tick me off as a Star Wars fan, mess with the original 3 in any way, shape, or form. It's trash. It's never worked out.
Yep. And don't touch Revenge of the Sith either.
Never. Yeah, just don't go back to the stuff.
Well, you can if you want to get rid of the no. Just
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just don't. No, it's never worked out. Honestly, they brought back Luke. They gave him Fat Luke drinking purple milk. Didn't work out. You brought back Leia. I know he died. Didn't work. Han killing him. Didn't work. Greedo shot first. Didn't work. You brought back the Emperor. Didn't work. It has never once worked when you touch anything in the original 3.
No. When you change.
Yeah. When Lucas touched.
Well, I'm saying change. There's a difference to touch, because adding like little bits of like some of the ships, like some of the animations and some of the CGI, that's fine. Show a bit of the, like that. I don't care so much about, because it broadens the scope of things.
You know what this guy's supposed to look like too. They didn't
a bigger jaw and
but it seems they spent more money on the stormtroopers than they did on the actual Inquisitors, which is unfortunate. So here, this is the question posed. This looks like an adult, and by the shoes, I didn't pull it all in. It looks like that those are the shoes that are hanging I didn't want to put
yeah, I mean, this would make sense that whoever this is the one.
Yeah, she caught Tatooine, and somebody who's hiding them, and that's where they find out. Like this one, she hangs him in the town square, says, "Don't be part of the resistance. Don't help these Padawan. The Empire needs your help. We're hunting them down." And then Owen goes and talks to Obi-Wan, who is creepily stalking little Skywalker,
little Luke,
and then that's where he gets off planet. As we can see, this is why I think it's big going into the the J for Jedi questions. Are they around? And then we're going to do the little Republic resistance sign. So blah, 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 blah. All right. And that's her fingering it for some reason. This is kind of interesting. So this is actually within the realm of what I want to see because it's in the comics and it made a lot of sense. Obi-Wan's not allowed to use his lightsaber. And here he's shooting, and it would look like he's shooting the
go to the clear one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't give you.
You had it right after that. There you go.
Yeah. So there's a view back here, and now of course you can always change stuff and do everything else. But if you look up here, like how she's squatting, it gives that little thicker look to her. There's two people that he shoots at, and I don't think it would be such a out of this realm that he was shooting at her and then another Inquisitor on the other side.
Yeah, the other side. He does shoot to the right.
Yeah, he does shoot to the right too, and it does look a lot like Owen when we kind of.
I didn't think the hair looked right when you first asked me, but then when I watched it in motion, it looks like it's Obi-Wan. I think
that's right. So that's pretty cool. And then here, like they kind of hint because it's the same makeout, and you see her with the Rev character, the other Inquisitor, and it's in the same Hong Kong-y type area that he does have a blaster pistol, and that kind of makes sense for what he would be doing at that time.
Yeah. I thought that was Han's blaster for a second, and then I had to rewatch it. No.
So I thought it was pretty good. I actually like the new planet. I do like that they're doing stuff. It kind of reminds me of what they were thinking about doing when they were doing Underworld or 1313. Yeah, which was good. I mean, I always like the expansion. I hate when they hit the same notes. I love when they expand.
Yes, we don't need to go to the same planets over and over again.
Expand the universe. So that's great. As long as there's a reason. Like the Leia, the problem I had with the Leia thing is like how it was described. Like, hey, Leia's in trouble. We're going to go send Obi-Wan, and then they're going to know that he's on the planet. And if they don't know that Obi's on the planet, it doesn't affect the original.
It's still not debunked, that crap.
Once again,
not saying not going to happen. I don't want it to happen.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this. No matter what happens, if they find out that Obi-Wan's on that planet, no episode will get above a 5. I will not rank a single episode above a 5.
Wow.
Just won't. Because they mess with the original 3. Now, this is the problem, and JJ disagrees with this, and I guess so does Jedi, but this is what, it does look a little bit like Ruben. This is what it's supposed to look like. And he goes, well, it's not like they've done, they actually have done that species.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it looks like. That looks a lot more like, this looks a lot more, and it's not just one. This looks a lot more like all of them look a lot better like the Inquisitor. So it's not like they can't do it.
Yeah,
you don't mess with Star Wars Episode 3.
Like you didn't need to go back to what was that? Was that Episode 2 with the dude with the big head?
Yeah, this is the same actor though. He just has pandemic weight on.
So around the same time, Darth. Because it would be right after that's it. It depends, Darth. It depends on what year exactly it is. If they go towards the back end after 10, you know what I mean? But if they go the front end around 8, you know what I mean? Like if they're at 12, then meh. If they're at 8, then yeah. I think we want it at that right at that 9, 10 area. If we can get it in that year right there, because that's right. If I remember correctly, that's right in between the comic, the second part of the journal where Obi-Wan works for the Jawas and buys the parts for what's his name to fly. By the way, at that point, if it is before that point, then Darth Vader definitely nobody knows that Obi-Wan is on that planet still to that point. So hopefully we get that there. But why it's more interesting is because we might get to see a couple extra Inquisitors and how they die, because we know most of them get wiped out before they see Vader or whatever.
Obi's saying he thinks it's 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
So he got a little weight on him, you think?
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's 10, they say it's about 10 years. So if it's like 9.5, perfect. If it's 10.5, you know what I mean? I want 9.5. I don't want 11, 12, 10.5, 11, 12. I want 8 to 10. You know what I mean? Somewhere in there. What did he say? I don't get what Darth Lopez is saying. What did you say, Corbin? Sorry.
Oh, no. I commented earlier just about the time jump. I didn't have anything. This is the author. I didn't have anything of substance. I'm just comedic
No,
relief.
no,
Not that comedic. Comedic relief, just not that comedic.
Adding color.
There you go. Exactly.
Color commentary. I'm just trying to liven this thing up.
And you got to do the deep breakdown.
I watched it on a phone. I watched it on a tablet. I watched it on a iPad. I watched it on a Amazon Fire. I watched it on a 35-inch screen TV.
Yeah, that could be a Jedi. He squished it down a little bit.
I actually had taken the picture and straightened it out, and it kind of started to look like it, but this was the most accurate to what it looked like on all the screens. So,
well, there's a difference, Dom.
Yeah, I know, but they could say, Dom, they could say it's 10 years. They've never, it's like they never actually tell you exactly years till after it comes out. Like,
well, all I'm saying is if it's 10 years before A New Hope, is different than 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah,
you know,
true, yeah.
Go too far one way or the other.
It's 10 years before the New Hope, so that would be back in. That would be 12, right?
That would be a 7-year-old Luke, right? He was 17 at A New Hope, right?
So it's 7, so it'd be right around 8. So that would be, we're looking at, yeah, that's perfect. So we want it 10 years before New Hope, not 10 years.
10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yes. Well, we kind of want it like one more year after that. We want it 8 years. So we want it 11 years before. If it's 11 years going to 10 years before New Hope, that's where I kind of want it, at least.
Yeah, I was going to say, stop with this we business. Just it's you. It's what you want.
Yeah, it's me. It's what I want. For the people who engulf all of it, all the media, all the books, and then JJ will contradict it because he just likes to contradict stuff. But like, if you read all the comics, all the novels, the magazine,
is it 19 between 3 and 4?
It is like 19, isn't it?
But is it 19 between the end to the beginning, or it's 19 from the beginning of 3 to the end? You know what I mean? Like,
well, what year was New Hope in? Was it in 17 or 18? There's 18 BBY, right? Or 18 8 JJ, 18 AY.
JJ, where's JJ?
Well, no, because we did the timeline, and I think it's 18.
Well, I always just assume I thought Luke and Leia were 17 at the time of A New Hope when A New Hope started, and they were born
on 0
at the end of episode
0. They were born. The problem is where 0's been. They have now expanded 0 to be like, okay, you think 0? They were born January 1st of 0. That's not the case anymore. Now they are born like, you know what? And they've done that with all the. That's why I'm saying like it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is like in that time area. We want it between the first part of Obi Wan
19 too.
Okay. So we want it. So it's 9. That's perfect timing. That's right where we want it. 9 ABY.
We'll have a few more days.
Right, 9 ABY. Yes. Everybody agrees we're at 9 ABY, correct? 9 ABY. Yeah, 10 years, but Lopez, 10 years to New Hope or from. You can't just say 10 years. It could be 10 years from anything. That's what I'm saying. They said 10 years. Yes. That's what we got confused because somebody said 10 years before. Somebody said 10 years after. If it's at 9, which would be 10 years after ABY, right?
Yeah. We'll save this for Sunday. We can dig into the timeline of it between now and then. So they're trying to do it on the fly.
He aged dramatically in 10 years.
What's March 25th?
I don't know.
It's May 25th, Sticks. If you want this show, it's May 25th.
Yeah, May 25th. Did you see you kept saying limited run? How many episodes is this supposed to be?
I don't know.
That's really weird too.
4 to 6? It's not many.
10 years after 3, 9 years. See, Darth, that's what I'm just saying. Somebody just said it was 10 years. Somebody just said it was 10 years after. Yeah. That's not right, though. It wouldn't be 10 if it's 9 BB. If it's 9, 8, you just said two different things, Stick. If it's 9 BBY, it can't also be. It can't also
be 6s
4 years before because it's 9 years before the Battle of Yet. Okay, all right, we'll get through it. 6. So people are just throwing up numbers now.
Yeah, that's on. But everybody put up 6. So we have.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're reading the chat at different times and then commenting. We got to stop doing that. We'll just put it out there. That's what. Holy shit. Okay. Either way. 10 years.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Take this down. What are we doing next?
10 years after. Why did?
That's what I'm saying.
Those now. All right, take it down. Take it down. All right, that's it.
You're sharing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just remove from stream.
I know.
Move along. All right.
Got to give Jedi that. I'm going to
No,
give Jedi
no, there's 19 years before. That's not what we're asking here. We're not asking that. We're not asking how many years are between. We're not asking that. We were asking, is it on the front end? So is it? Oh, fuck it.
It doesn't matter. Sunday.
Okay. Yeah,
Save
Sunday.
it for Sunday. We can
Save
talk
it for
about Sunday. What are we doing next now? Are we going to tier list or are we going to do the Batman books?
We could
the books, right?
That you wanted to do.
The books, yeah.
Once
I got rid of the rest
times
of
N plus one. Very good. T. Jones remembers from last week. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Do we want to do that or do we want to start? Oh, we could start yelling about Batman. Can we? Because in the tier list, we're going to yell about the Batman movie, right? Because we haven't
a little bit.
We haven't even gotten through my story time at how I watched it.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah, you got to share that, right?
You want to do that?
Yeah. Let me run the thing first, though, and then you can start the story.
Yeah, okay, I got to run the rest.
Okay, really quickly. Isn't that what I just said? 9.5 years. That's how I started off.
That's what you wanted. You kept saying that's what you
wanted. I wanted. Yes. Okay. All right. So, so Pete calls me up. We had a different. I was like, let's do something. Let's do. By the way, for all those people that were expecting us to do Marvel and X Force teams against each other, and then X Factor versus X Force, boo Pete. Pete says it's a bad idea. So
it's not a bad idea. I just said we don't have to rush it because we weren't ready. We didn't have it settled. We were still scrambling.
Coming up with run out and watch the Batman.
And I got the box. We can open that
as they should.
So he said, run out and watch the Batman. Spoiler alerts, by the way. But we'll start off with how it happened. So I did, and I like to go to this place. It's a little bit off, especially when I'm watching by myself. And when it's later, like in the daytime, I like to go to a place called Laurel Park. It's all old people, and they don't have phones that work. So it's great because you go there, and the movie's $6. And they've got dentures, so they don't eat popcorn the whole movie. But if I have to go at nighttime, I like to go to this place. It used to be called Phoenix. I can't remember if anybody's out on the west side. I can't remember what it called before, but it's right off of Grand River and 8 Mile, down off M5. And now, unfortunately, it's called a Regal. And who took it over? Did AMC take it over? Somebody took it over.
I think Majestic got taken over. It was Alamo, now it's Majestic. I think you're right. I think AMC.
But
I think
still, this is very nice, very cheap. It cost me the ticket was $7, 9:30 start time. Got there almost. I drove. Now listen, I will say that it's not the nicest parking lot. Or well, I mean, there's a Target, but then after the Target, like the bank's closed. They opened a big lot. The office space is closed. Almost lost a tire. The guy in front of me almost lost a tire. The huge potholes, but I saved it because I saw him go underneath, and it sounded like his tire blew out. So I just went around and parked. I get in, and I'm like, hey, it's okay. Now, if you know me for a long period of time, you know that I dislike movie theaters in general because people smell and they're unhygienic. Even before all the pandemic, I don't like it because you always will catch somebody picking their ass. I don't know why people pick their ass.
Why you gotta go when it's empty?
What?
Go when it's empty.
I went to, like, that's what I'm saying. I didn't go to the one in the mall where there's bright lights and everything and everybody's hanging out. But there's another reason why I go this one. Just like in the daytime, I go to this one because the people are generally around my age and they know better than to, like, you don't talk loud. But if they say everybody's not shushing, like, they're common sense type people, right? Like, don't go there. There's not a bunch of kids. There's not a bunch of zaggies.
I had a shusher when I went. Like, there was a shusher, but I'm glad he did shush because the kids in front of us, they were
there's a kid
yammering.
It wasn't everything. But the problem with it is the theater I'm in only sat, it probably only sat like 60 people, right? They got this thing and I checked it, and originally there's only 5 people there. So I go and I got seat G7, which was like one of those recliners, but it was on the way left side, all the way at the top, the last recliner you could get, kind of. And I figured there's nobody going to sit here. And then two younger gentlemen, probably in their 20s, sat down. And I'm like, oh shit, that's okay though. So they sat down there, and then a couple people filled in the head, and then all of a sudden this lady and these 2 guys come in, and they got to be around my age or a little bit older. They're probably mid 40s to 50s.
and they're looking, and I'm like, holy shit.
It is, JJ. You did pick it out in case you were curious.
Oh, I forgot to say. So when I'm walking in, speaking of smelling bad, I walk in and I'm like, okay, I'm gotta see the Batman last minute, right? We gotta go. I walk into this place, and these people, this is also why I hate the fucking movie theater. This fucking kid and his mom cut me off because they wanted to get a refill of popcorn.
Was there no sound? There's a piano player with subtitles.
Dude, they redid this place though. It was really jazzy. They have like red lights everywhere. They did have a piano to the left. But so I'm walking through the ropes like this, right? I'm walking through the ropes, rock. Nobody in front of me. All of a sudden, this fucking kid and his mom, and I'm saying kid, like he's not a young kid. He's probably 18 at the minimum. They decide to cut to the front of the line. They don't go through the zippy because they need popcorn. And of course, they smell like fucking stale cigarettes, stale fucking Milwaukee Beast, and animal feces. And now I'm coughing because I can't stand, like I use this a lot of times. Like I've done a lot of weird jobs to help friends. I actually picked up dead bodies at one time to help one of my friends who had a crematory. As long as you put the stuff on there, you can make it work. But this shit, they smelled so fucking bad. And so now I'm coughing, and then I get up because then their fat asses need more fucking, because of course they got the jumbo of fucking popcorn, right? Fuck no, that's not enough. They got to get fucking more. So you cut in front of me, you smell.
Now I know how far behind the chat is. We got the Beast.
Yeah. So I go up there, and then the young lady there's looking at me like I'm dying in the line because I'm coughing, and I'm having to, I'm sorry. And I'm trying not to offend these people too, because like, I get it, but like, you don't know you smell like animal shit. Like how fucking bad is your life where you don't fucking, like, you don't know you smell like stale cigarettes, the Beast, and like dry, like the day after, when you've had a party and people been throwing up Milwaukee.
You're thinking about it the wrong way. Maybe they did that intentionally to get space so people will move away from them. It's like it's a defense mechanism. Like, back up from me. I'm just going to stink.
Reverse psychology. I'm with it.
Yeah, he picked his butt. He absolutely picked his butt twice. Twice picked his butt. Okay. It was wearing sweatpants. Don't wear sweatpants in public, people. Pajama pants.
Easy access for sweatpants if you just slip in there.
Yeah, that's what he did. He was doing the butt. He was gray sweatpants.
I thought you were going to say just don't wear sweatpants. I wear sweat at home, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, just don't do it.
Go out. Past my
mailbox. So anyways, I get up there. Now I'm coughing, and now I think they were going to check my card because I'm like, yo, man, like I'm just trying to be me and like whatever. But I get there, get it. She's like,
we needed you like an hour and 15 minutes ago. Fresh news to calm Marco down when he had his diatribe about the movie. Now we're just getting the movie experience.
So then I walk in and I got to find 12, and it's kind of awesome because what they did with this place is they turned it kind of gothy. So it's like all red and black lights. Anyways, that's like their new thing. They got like a velvet rope with the piano and all this shit. No, it's all dark now. They painted it black. It's kind of cool. You get into the theater. This is kind of weird though, and it was kind of annoying where their lights were because they were trying to give it this like gothy, like really artsy fucking cinema. There was a glare, like the movie would glare off of where the lights turned on now because they actually used a gold leafing around it to make it look like it was framed in. Weird, but I get there. Yeah, I know. Butt pickers fucking are horrible. No, it's so gross. I almost threw up. Like I was choking so bad. That's why.
Good Samaritan.
That is not Michigan musk. That is some type of. It's some type of way. So I get there.
That was Joe's, the Michigan musk.
Yeah. So I'm there and I'm like, okay, so it's not going so great. Almost lost a tire. Right. I got butt picker. First off, very rude. And I'm trying to keep my composure. Pete's yelling at me and Corbin that I have to watch the movie.
What JJ said. This is what I do. Matinee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I do. That's what I said. I usually go to the one. But this theater is usually pretty good because most people, I don't think, like, it's a good theater and people, like, they're not so used to going to this theater. So I go there, get in, and the first thing I do, I sit at the way end. 2 young kids there. Very nice. They got the matching shoes that matches their hats. The whole outfits are going on. They're already on their phones. I'm like, shit. But luckily, the next group that comes in, now there's only those 2 people, 2 more people making out already up front, like in the way front, and a lady and her 2 younger kids, 18 to 20-year-olds, in 1 row up. And I'm like, so I'm sitting by 4, 3, 5
of the 9 people in this fucking theater. And I'm going, well, I just watched the guy pick his fucking ass and they smelled like dead animals. So fuck it. How much worse could this get? And I'm about to watch The Batman. How great could this
See, this is the problem. This is why he didn't like it that much. Because
no.
Deal with all of this.
Self-fulfilling prophecy as well. Yep, you said it, Pete. The stage was set.
So next, the next thing was amazing. So next, this lovely lady comes by, and I mean, she comes by, and what I'd assume is her companion, and then the scrub bump friend. Everybody has one of these guys. They ain't never have a girl, but they always want to tag along to some shit. And he's dressed to tease. He's got the race jacket on. He's got the do-rag going, matching hat, looking fine. The kid's got the phones. He looks at them one time like this. End. Put the phones away. Then it starts to fill in a little bit. We get 2 more people in the back. They decide that they're going to, this is why I like this theater. They decide they're going to do something. Dude stands up, looks around, looks at them, sits back down. He goes over to me, gives me the nod. I say, hey, yeah, oh, the young lady's here. She is nice. Okay, sit there. Movie starts. Everybody's quiet. It's great. Okay, we get to watch Top Gun, whatever.
You got a Top Gun trailer?
Right.
Oh, I didn't get that.
So here we go. So we're going into it, and I'm sitting there watching it. And, I make short talk with the person next to me, and she's like, oh, yeah. And she whips around, and she's got the world's longest natural blades, hits me in the face. Like, hits me. Like, they're long. Like, she's had these since she's a kid. And I'm like, oh, shit. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, that's fine. Blah, blah, blah. And she says, okay, well, do you need anything? I said, no. I go, but I can't figure out how to work the seats because for some reason, they did this thing now. Have you seen this? It's like so I can't figure out the seats. She helps me with the seats. We get together. Quiet, get through the things. And then the guy next to her is like, hey, so this is Batman. And she goes, wait, what? We're watching Batman? She goes, didn't that movie already come out? Like when we were younger? So I tried not to laugh because I thought that was fucking funny. We get in there. It starts off and they do the voiceover. And I thought the voiceover was really good, man. Like really good. The Watchman thing, I thought that was the best voice that Patterson had through the whole thing. I wish they would have audio tuned it to that. But as the movie went on, this young lady who I think had sleep apnea had fallen asleep at one point.
Dang.
And then she started coughing. So I did
night terrors.
I missed a little bit of the movie. I did. Yes. Because when she woke up, I got whacked again. And she thought I was going to be upset about it, but I really wasn't because of how nice she was. So I actually went. I didn't.
It's such a good movie.
I missed a little bit. There's a slower part in the movie, like 2 hours in. Like there's a couple slower parts, but so she had woken up a little bit in that, so that she was coughing and she really felt bad. And then like she was trying to stand up, and so I was like, "Listen, I'm just gonna go get you." She's like, "No." So I go and get her. I got her water and I got myself something to drink, which I was annoyed because like I can't work those new pop machines anyways, but they were all broken except for one. So that was something too.
Not working
because you got like I'm trying to press the ice thing, and then I'm trying to press this, and I haven't had
push
ice.
The thing in that works the ice.
Oh no! It's all on the screen thing, and then if you touch anything too fast or too many times, and it doesn't fucking work. Either way, I got that taken care of. But that was like during the scene where like I think he had I can't remember where it was.
A fart would really make
there was not. But at one point, this young, she's not young, she's the same age. This lady's male counterpart decided to, because of some of the Easter eggs that were like, and I really thought they did a good job with all the little nods.
Well, the Bianca Belair sitting next to you with the braid just hit you with it.
Who's Bianca Belair?
All right, you're not keeping up with WWE, so don't worry about it. Move on.
She had very long hair. I mean, it was very great,
like
long, like down to here.
Her braid is like
probably like 5 feet, 4.5 feet almost. So I got her the water, came back or whatever, and then there was a scene that had it was about he decided that he was going to explain to her what was the animated TV show that he wanted to show her on his phone.
Ooh.
The guy, her date or partner, decided to show her Falcone in a cartoon and to show. So we got to see a little bit of that, which was interesting break in that. So we did get to see a little bit of TV on the thing, but I didn't think it was out of place. It actually made the movie a little better because of referencing. She also asked was that the guy from? She did ask a funny question at one point. She asked if Patterson was the guy from something. I can't remember what it was, but
Harry
it was
Potter. Yes, it was Cedric
yes.
Diggory.
No, she did. She asked if he was the guy from Harry Potter.
He is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's Cedric Diggory.
Oh, well, the guy answered whatever it was.
The fourth movie.
No, she's not Medusa. She was nice. The lady's nice. Don't give her a hard time. So then after all that settled down, we got to watch the rest of the movie, but then we waited to the end. So this is what happened. When we got to the end, since these people were so nice, I talked to them a little bit. We were waiting. We were like, oh, there's an end. And I said, yeah, I know. We'll see what it is. Blah, blah, blah. Is there? Yeah. And then I figured, like, I said, hey, I do a little podcast with friends. Told me to get out here and watch this. And what do you think about it? And then, like, of course, that was during the time where there was, the long wait for everybody. So then they didn't just interject. The two young guys next to them decided to interject. The lady down with the two kids decided. We had about 11 people, and for a while we talked about it. Then we shushed when those stupid entries.
For frame of reference, this is Bianca Belair. That's how long her braid is when she wrestles.
Oh, yeah, but no, these are like just regular. There's.
I know. I'm saying she's got that one.
But yeah, she had about.
That was dope.
About that long. Yes, that's true. So, but yeah, all in all, so then I went with her and the two guys, and the one guy just grunted the whole time, but the other one actually was a pretty big DC fan, and he was very disappointed in the movie, actually harshly disappointed in the movie, to the point that he said, these are all junk. He's like, they should stop making movies. And he was the one that said, like, what are they gonna do? Put Shazam and Black Adam together? It sounds stupid. And I was like, well, no, if they won off of it, and he's like, Shazam's dumb. It's not funny. And I mean, he's wearing the Batman Christmas sweater, right? So like,
Christmas sweater.
Yeah, it was like a Christmas sweater with Batman on it. You know, ugly sweaters.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So it was cold as shit. It was like 26 degrees. So he's wearing that, and he's got that. So he's definitely kind of a fan. So then I wanted to see how like with them when people started answering questions I was asking, because I pulled up the list that we're gonna go into. And I started asking people like, well, have you seen this? What'd you think of this? And this dude had seen it all, except for Nomi. He never had heard of Nomi before and never seen it before. But he had said it all. And he was like, oh, I like the cyborg thing with Doom Patrol. I like the first one. I didn't like the second one. He's like, Batwoman's straight trash. He liked Titans. He couldn't say enough about Titans and how much he liked it. He started going off on tints about the animation. So he's definitely a DC guy, but he's not a comic book guy. And that was the problem. None of the people there were comic book people at all. And out of that, I don't think, no, this is after. It was after. Yeah, So what happened was, if you've watched the movie at the end, there's supposed to be an end credit scene. It really isn't one, but it's a very long credit. So we started talking about it during the credits because we were like getting antsy. And then afterwards we went outside and just, went to the the entranceway. Because it's like
the foyer,
the foyer, under the balcony, patio, whatever.
Like once the conversation start going, people are very nice out in this wonderful state. So like once the conversation starts going, like everybody wants to say something. So they were all saying stuff. So I mean, like the lady with the kids left eventually. The two 20-year-olds, they stayed a little bit longer. But these three people, the one lady and everything else, they stayed the whole time. Including the friend disappeared for a little bit, but I think he was still smoking. He was vaping. He made a comment about that too. That's why she said she was coughing was because of she went to her male compartment. It was very sweet. She went to her male compartment partner at one point and was like, "Yo, could you just tell him I'm coughing?" Because she didn't want to admit that she's coughing because she was snoring and she has sleep apnea. She blamed it on the guy that was vaping the weed. So like. It wasn't him. I mean, it was definitely sleep apnea. So I offered to go. She's like, you don't have to do that. I was like, I don't care, man. Like it was kind of boring in the movie right there. So I ran out there, grabbed her a water because everybody in this movie theater too brings their own shit. Like everything's broken, so they just bring their own shit anyways. And I mean, I didn't bring anything, so because I knew it was 3 hours, so I didn't bring anything. Well, I got a little thirsty, so.
So Eric wanted me to show you this, so you had some idea of what we're talking about. But I showed you Bianca Belair and her long braid.
Mm-hmm.
She used it as a weapon against Becky Lynch in her recent match to kind of build some heat for WrestleMania. And
what is this? No.
There you go. So those are actual marks left on her from the braid. Like
she just did a thing where they're thin. They're very thin braid.
I know. I'm just saying. Well, not Belair.
It was just a thing. It was like I was just surprised at how long they were. They were very long. But no. So that was it. And all of them. Now the comic book store was a different thing. For those people that want to know too.
Did you have a clipboard?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he was over here going, I can't even check all the notes of everything that went wrong.
At what point,
strongly agree, strongly disagree.
He had a note, and the note was tabled time that was wasted, and he just time-stamped everything.
Pete at one point had brought up, they had sent us the list that we're going to review in a little bit. So, because we were still wasting time, this is what got everybody talking. I said, "Well, can I ask you a couple questions?" And they're like, "No, we first started off. I was like, what'd you all think?" And they're like, "Oh, and he's like, whatever, man." And he's like, "DC can't make no movies," and I was like, "I don't disagree, but." And then I explained, like, hey, I want to get a better feel for this. So I was like, let me ask you this. And I pulled up the list because we have a list of rankings, and some of them are DC properties that came out.
So I grouped my rankings, huh?
And when I did that, when I pulled out your ranking thing, that's when everybody started getting involved. Like, plus everybody was kind of getting antsy because they're like, man, we've just been sitting through 3 fucking hours, and now we're sitting through another 10 minutes of fucking bullshit to see nothing at the end. And so that did that. Now, I will say this. I went to the comic book store. The average over there, I wasn't like, hey, what grade did you give it? But you could tell the average over there was like, 6. A lot of their problems that they said were similar to ones that I had. It was too long. They're drawn out parts. It was a little bit too dark in some of the scenes. The car chase scene made no sense. The bike chase scene was stupid. The bad guys were everybody in the comic book store to this little focus group of 11, 12 people. Everybody thought that even if they didn't know who Colin Farrell was, because I had kept saying the name, like somebody would be like, "Oh, cool, that's who." No, they had no recollection of who that character was or who that man was at all. But they did say they did like the villains. They said yes, the Riddler was very good.
He was very good. Yeah, he was very good. Apart from the Dwight Schrute moaning, that kind of threw me off.
The Falcone guy, they said the gangster. They go, the one guy knew him.
Toro.
That's the best Falcone. The one guy that was next to the two said because to be fair, it wasn't like we just start chit chatting. Like what happened was they came and then our whole row was full, and there was like spots. We didn't fill all 60, and I was like, hey, I think I'm in G7, and first they let the friend press the button, and the friend just pressed buttons. I don't think he realized like he was sitting them right in between two groups, right, and then like close to everybody. So we had talked a little pre-show. They said Falcone was really good.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like Tom Wilkinson in Batman.
He did say this. He did say, he goes, how the fuck Batman can't figure out that the dude's across the street the whole time?
Wow.
He did say it. And that started a big cat. Corbin, you would have been like, I'm out of here and screaming, because then everybody's like, yeah, he didn't know shit. How he's going to be the best detective. Did you hear when Penguin goes, you ain't no detective? That was right. He ain't no detective, because they were bringing up good points. Somebody did bring up logically a good point.
That's fair.
If you're good. So it got down to the point of like the guy was across the street. He did say into the light, and they telegraphed it. So.
Well, this was my thing. I agree with you.
Luckily in my group.
That was smart. No, I agree. I agree with you. I just think that he's still early in his crime-fighting greatest detective. He's not the greatest detective yet. Right now, he's a good detective who missed a lot. Exactly. Like, I think we're taking, like, if this is Ben Affleck Batman doing this, I got questions. They emphasize year 2. Like, a lot of the stumbles he had.
But you're saying year 2. I don't think a lot, because they only watch animated in movies. I don't think they don't know they don't know year 1.
Well, that's just people not comprehending. I mean, if they say year 2 of something, like, one has to presume that's not a very long time. Year 2 of Superman's going to make mistakes.
Time out. That's, once again, they see title. It says The Batman. They're going to watch The Batman.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I'm not giving people a pass on not being able to read the synopsis. It's in the synopsis of the movie. If you are ignorant enough to say, oh, it says The Batman, and watch The Batman, that's on you.
He
says it's been 2 years. He says the beginning
in the movie while going over his journal.
You can't use comprehension. That's on the viewers.
Guys, if you want a fucking hit, dying on which fucking point?
What are you talking about? It made
$100 million. It's gonna make more. It's just people. I just think of how much more enjoyable the experience would be if people use active cognitive reason. That's all I'm saying.
That's not why people go to movies, man. Did you not just hear like?
You don't have to go to a movie to read what the movie's about. It says it in the synopsis, my dude.
But even apart from the synopsis, it says it during the movie.
Once again,
so you have to be coming in the movie. Oh, I can't wait to watch the Batman. Oh, what? This is the Batman. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, what's going on? I thought he was the world's greatest detective. Like, come on, man.
Do you want what they look? This is why you never do good.
You're just giving people a pass.
Yeah,
they
you got me a focus group of butt pickers. You give me a focus group of butt pickers, beast-smelling animal farms, stale cigarettes.
No,
with their braids while they're smoking their vaping.
Exactly. They weren't the most esteemed audience there. Something tells me they don't go. They're not Wednesday Warriors. Just something tells me.
No, not something. Apparently, you didn't listen to the synopsis instead of reading it, because I literally said none of these people know anything about comics. But that's what the people that go.
They don't know nothing about reading what the movie's about either. They just saw the Batman on the street and said, "Gee, I guess I'll check it out."
Yes, people who watch.
And then they fell asleep for the beginning when he said it was year 2.
People who watch
Marvel the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Why Marvel movies is because people who watch it don't read fucking comics.
It's like somebody tuned into Avengers and went, "I thought they were supposed to kick ass together from the beginning."
360
million. The Avengers. It says they're the Avengers. The movie's about the Avengers.
Corbett, 360 million is what Spider-Man did opening weekend. You want to know why?
That's worldwide.
I figure out.
Yeah, it's worldwide, and also that movie had build up. You had an established product.
Domestic, 260.
Okay, I'm Marco.
I'm sorry. So it almost did 100 million. It almost did 100 million more.
It was the third movie in a trilogy, though. You got to give. This is the first movie starting something new, as opposed to a movie that's been teased and built up by 2 previous movies.
Thank you.
Spider-Man 3 made a shit ton of movie at the time, and when Spider-Man 3, the same way Spider-Man 3 came out. That was the biggest opening.
You need to have preconceived notions to read what the movie's about, or to hear what Batman says at the very beginning.
There was one lady who didn't know she went to Batman. Yes, she did not know she was at Batman. I will agree with that. But but this is how movies work. How do you fucking think movies work, guys?
I don't think it's a bunch of ignorant blind people. I know how movies work. It's simple. We're not saying to crack the clue. It's not saying solve a riddler's riddle before you watch the movie to code it's about. We're not saying that. We're not saying do a math problem. We're saying you buy a ticket. Even if you buy a ticket and it just says the Batman, you go, ooh, Batman, like I'm 3. I want to watch Batman. Then when you tune in and he starts talking, because you're listening and watching the movie, and he says it's year 2, oh, okay. Wait, I thought you, like, at some point, what's going on? We're dumbing it down.
You're saying
we're dumbing it down.
No, you're saying he's going.
I'm not saying leave your brain at home.
It's year 2. Year 2 of what? He don't look like a fucking 2-year-old. What's a year 2?
Year 2 of him fighting crime. You said the world's greatest detective is 2 years of dealing with this on the fly, repeatedly. This is probably a type of mastermind he's probably never dealt with these small time crooks for 2 years. I'm not even going that deep, bro. I'm just saying, like, just think about this for a second. Like, actively think about this.
Yeah, they don't want to get that deep. People don't want. I'm telling you.
I'm not saying. I'm just telling you. You don't have to get that deep. It's not that deep. You're making it deeper than it is. Just listening. In the first 10 minutes. Your crowd, I'm sure, unfortunately, your crowd was, they were a special crowd.
They were a special crowd. I'm telling you, people in this is why DC does not do well.
No, dude, if they don't do well, it's because the people. If that is the reason why they don't do well, then we're lost, and it's because of viewers like you, PBS style. Thank you.
Viewers like me. It doesn't.
Yeah, well, not you. I'm just saying, your audience.
No, but I'm telling you.
Because they're not doing well because they can't listen? Whose fault is that? He is saying it in the movie. You are listening to the movie. You're Marco, you're basically saying, okay, they should leave their brains at home because we're just here to enjoy the movie. You got to how does the movie make you feel? What do you like about it? You're saying half the crowd didn't know what the movie was about. The other half of the movie...
It was about Batman. They went to go see Batman.
Joe, it doesn't matter about comics and canon. It's 2 years. It's simple. You don't have to dig deep.
Thank you. No. Hey, Corbin.
I'm looking at everybody's...
You can keep arguing what you want to argue. I'm not trying to make a point about the movie. I'm not trying to knock it. I'm
not arguing the movie anymore. I'm arguing like fans just get excused for being idiots now, like for anything, for any movie.
There's one movie out, Batman. There's no other movie out.
Lord.
Yes, if they want to go see a movie,
Dog.
Yeah.
They probably already did.
And Kanto. I don't know. Go watch Uncharted again.
Dude,
it's a video game. They love video games. People love video games.
Hold on. Time out. Maybe you guys aren't old enough to remember this. Corbin, but there was a movie that came out called Ted.
Don't give me I'm not old enough.
Teddy bear that swore all the time. When me and my wife, who's now in there going, Oh man, I can't believe you're getting into this right now. But when we went to that movie, there was kids in there. And
what movie?
I didn't know there was going to be swearing and sex in this movie. I thought this was about a
what
teddy
movie?
Bear.
Yeah, what
Ted!
movie?
Did you not look at the trailer?
Just look at the fucking trailer. You look at the rating on the goddamn movie.
Thank you. All I'm saying is, what are people doing? You don't look at trailers. You don't look at anything. I get one to be entertained. Thank you. I get one to be entertained. That doesn't mean you become a total doofus. Like you lose your brain because you want to be like, no.
Do you live in the world? Do you know how this works?
Yes.
You live in Arizona.
Yes.
Arizona and Florida are on the world of crazy dumb motherfuckers in the world.
Let me bring this just to you real quick. There's just one little bit. You bring this up with Star Wars all the time.
I'm done.
Star Wars is for everybody, but not all Star Wars is for you. Same thing's true for Batman. And maybe I finally got a Batman that I wanted. I didn't want the Adam West jokey Batman with the Arnold Schwarzenegger freeze. I didn't want some roughly, grunting, I'm just going to beat people up and then I'm going to take 9 years off because my legs hurt, Christian Bale. This is the Batman I actually wanted.
Right.
I was happy to get it because that's the one I wanted.
With that being said, I preface this that none of these people, even though some of them were very intense into the animated world of Batman and the TV world of Batman or DC, they were not comic book people by any stretch of the imagination.
But you didn't have to be a comic book person for this.
No,
I get it. I get that the story was not for everybody. I get that 3 hours is a long time.
You guys both went and saw the movie. How many people did you talk to in your movie theater?
Quite a few after the movie. I didn't talk to anybody before because I'm watching a movie.
What am I, the fucking mayor of the movie theater? I don't talk to people.
At the end of the movie,
you have a show that you're going to talk.
Danger. It's still a
before
pandemic.
Before a movie, I'm quiet. After a movie, I did talk to people. How'd you like the movie? They thought it was good. How'd you like the movie? I don't expect them to be on my comic book level, but they don't have to be because it's just a Batman movie.
All you go is how you like the movie. They're like, yeah, it's good.
We shared some lines and stuff. Oh, the one person thought Catwoman was really good. One person loved the Riddler. I thought the Riddler was okay. We went back and forth.
That's the one thing that people thought. Nope. They did say I was surprised that they didn't like Catwoman that much.
One person really did. One person, in fact, the third person who didn't like Catwoman's nails. Somebody brought that up in the theater, and I was like,
I said I didn't like her nails too.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, Pete. You brought up. You're the third person now that I've talked to that has spoken about that because I didn't even register that being a thing. I thought they were cool. What I'm trying to say is when I talked about it, I didn't bring up. We had a group of people in the back of my theater because I went twice now. With IMAX group, we had a group of people who were like the comic guys, and they have to share everyone how much they know comics. And so I'm laughing because they're like, "Oh, I think it's Hush." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Hush." Like you don't have to tell everyone. I know it's Hush, but I'm not trying to have a podcast with you live. So you had a group of people that were just like talking about it, and that was cool. The second time, it was just a random group of people. All I'm saying is that for this movie, there were genuine stuff to pick. I just didn't think you had to know comics. I know that you're of anything.
I explained the theater I was at is a theater that is not really.
You did.
You did. Average person. I was letting you know what it was. Now,
no, absolutely.
Now the comic book store was a different situation. Everybody, even when the lowest ranking in the comic book store, the people who had the biggest problems with it, still gave it a 7. You know what I mean? Still gave it a 7. But the highest, I will say, was only an 8 out of 10. And much.
That's fine.
The one thing.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just saying, like, I thought it would have been higher, but no, that's where it was. And some of the similar things, I don't think anybody, the one thing I think everybody agreed on is it didn't need to be 3 hours. It didn't need to be
I can agree with you while also not really caring.
Yeah. That's like where I'm at.
Yeah, it didn't have to be 3, of course. Very few movies have to be 3 hours. However, this movie, it was an issue for me. A Riddler movie, in my mind, you're not going to squash a Riddler movie in an hour and a half. I'm sorry. It's not a punch him out movie. You know what I mean?
What?
I'll get to work on it.
Okay, so this is it. This is my thing. Like, and this is what, because we got this in the chat at the Star Wars thing. Some guy at the end was trying to be smart. He goes, "The Comic-Con numbers didn't come out. How do you know that it wasn't a low print run?" Because, believe it or not, and people who are from my area know this, I talk to like everybody. So like I go to 4 comic book stores. I see what their inventory levels are. I check what the diamond left levels are. I call internet people that sell strictly through eBay to figure out kind of roughly what they do and see where the numbers are at. So it gives you a rough estimate if you can call something a low print run or not. Same thing with the movie theater. If I'm going to talk to you about it, I can have my opinion, but I also would like to feel what other people besides us in our bubble think about this stuff. Because to be honest with you, this behind this wall is all DC that I want to sell. Okay. I need DC to do good. I'm vested in it. Vested. So I need it to do well. It's not like I'm trying to, I know people think
I do have a Batman Whatnot this Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so I'm trying to do well on it. You know what I mean? So I do want to hear what the common person is, because the Marvel experience and how crazy it's gotten, I want that hype to go towards DC. It just is. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. That's why I don't think that Batman was a home run, because if these people were like unbelievable, great, there was a funny comment. The one lady said, yo, it needs to have the candy thing in it. And I was like, what the hell is she talking about? The candy thing? The Candy Man? Like, I thought it was a joke. She was talking about the Wyoming drive-thru, like Wyoming and Ford, where they have the intermission and the candy comes onto the screen. And that's not a bad idea. If you're going to have a movie like that, give us, if you're going to do 3 hours, give us an intermission for 10 minutes. I think it's not a bad idea.
Well, like Monty Python, just in the middle is the intermission.
Yeah, well, they do it at the drive-thru apparently still, the Wyoming. So.
Do they do it between movies? Well, sometimes I
haven't been to the drive-thru in 20 years, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the comic book guys, some people, they were on the two sides. Either you liked the car chase scene and you had no problem with the bike thing, and you had no problem with scenes just being long for no reason, or you're like, hey man, it was a good movie, but they could have done a little bit better. And I'm in that camp. I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I was actually thought I would have gotten more positive reviews with the common person than it did. And I thought that the comic book people would have been a little harsher on it than they were. But to be honest, the comic book people were pretty high on it. And the average people, the normies, I guess that's what we call them. The normies were just,
got it stuck in my head now.
I prefer peasants, but I'm kidding.
Yeah, you saying the candy, because then one of the guys was like, "You mean yeah?" I was like, "What?" The Penguin was excellent. I don't think anybody criticized the Penguin whatsoever. Like I said, Penguin, Falcone did really well. Even
Falcone was good.
He did.
So aren't
let's not forget Gordon. Let's not shortchange Gordon. I like Gordon.
Oh, Gordon was really good. Yeah. Gordon was really good. I thought all of it was good. I thought how they did the thing where she's stealing the money and the girl shows up in the trunk was good. I thought the interaction between Batman and Catwoman, I thought was a little. The beginning was okay, but then like it kind of got stale towards the middle, and then obviously the end was.
I'll give you the goodbye at the end. Okay, so maybe we cut 90 seconds, but otherwise, I don't see a lot of cuts. Trim down 3 hours.
I think you get rid of the chase.
I'm just saying you can cut things. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying then you start cutting parts of the story, and then
there were times where there was just dead points in the story. There really was. There was a lot of like, we're going to show, which is fine. You know, somebody said that they really enjoyed the visuals of like the story building of the visuals of Gotham, which was agreeable. I can say that they did a pretty good job on that. I think everybody's pretty. You liked how Gotham looked, Corbin? Take it.
I love the set pieces. I think that, especially the beginning. I mean, it got a little weird during the daytime, but I mean, I don't think we're supposed to see Gotham during the day. So
yeah,
that's my own theory on that. But I actually did think they were enjoyable. Like I said, I messed around with you a little bit, Marco, about the set. Like, assuming I'm not a cinema guy like that, but. Yeah. Like, very, very rarely do I look at a movie and go, wow, like, that looks really, really nice. Like, abstractly, I did that with Eternals, but that was because there wasn't a whole lot else to focus on. But for this Batman movie, I did like Gotham, especially at the very beginning. It was very, Blade Runner-esque.
I liked the iceberg and what they did, like, the 2 layers and
club within the club. Yeah, I agree.
But even, like, the outside, because you do know that, like, almost, like, that was one of the things that kind of showed, I know people are using the excuse he's only in year 2, right, but he's supposed to have been trained, whatever. But like, how did you not? That was the one thing I kind of got like, oh, it's really cool for us as the viewer that they did almost every, like eventually, I mean, you knew what was going to happen when the guy got picked up with the bomb, because you're like, he's going to be outside. He's picked up everybody else pretty much, excluding the first guy at the club. Like, we know what's happening here, right? And I didn't get why they didn't do that. And also, too, what didn't make sense, and I know they did it for a scene shot, was when they showed you the Riddler during daytime in the church, made absolutely no sense. First off, you wasted time showing all the snipers and all the police and everything. Then you show him, like, you didn't have to have him there, right? Like, you just didn't have to.
It was unnecessary. I get, did you guys get what I thought was a Joe Cho reference, though?
What's that?
Which one?
the guy that kept saying, "Don't I know you?" first at the funeral, then up when they flooded the
the one, and then the guy he almost beat to death.
Yes, and like both times they identify each other, and then Batman looks at him and he looks at Bruce, and they have a moment, and then something interrupts them. The first time it was the mayor elect.
Yeah.
The second time it was the water coming in. Airboy.
Airboy's cool.
Yeah, Airboy's cool. But I think that was because remember they kept talking about his parents so much, and how they had them killed. Somebody killed them. It wasn't directly. We don't know the middleman, and it would make perfect sense for the middleman to just be a normal guy that you interact with. But the fact that they both had these two telling moments that just hung in the air, and it was like, don't, and you look, and then boom, something happens. They don't address it. There it is. That's my theory.
Interesting. That is an interesting theory. I can see
that. They accidentally block somebody.
No, there was Vox. It was like it had the text.
This is what I really.
He just had a regular name. Don't let the Craig Phillips fool you.
The one thing that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I wish Marvel would do it. But then again, I just made the argument that you won't get as many fans from it. Marvel does the dumb cameo Easter eggs, right? Where DC did an exceptional job of, I think one of the Robs in the comic, there's two Robs in the comic book store. I really enjoy talking to them. And one of the Robs made a good point, the one that liked the movie better. And he said, like, one gave it 7, one gave it 8. And the Rob that liked it better had said, like, it was nods. They kept giving nods to comic book fans. They kept giving nods to the animation. They kept giving nods instead of saying Easter eggs. And I really think that's what it was. It was a lot of nods, and they did an exceptional job with the nods.
True.
I mean, I don't think you can knock that at all. I do wish, I get it's supposed to be dark and gloomy, but like lighten it up just a little bit. Okay. Maybe
I liked it how it was.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I get it. No, I get what you're saying, because
personal preference.
Batman has been many different things throughout the years.
Yeah.
This is the one that I wanted. And I felt like
I'm saying like the shots. As beautiful as you made some parts look, you because of how the flares came off cinematically, and because of the dark tones that you use, instead of using grays, you always had to use a matte black. Like you could have switched that a little bit, and it would have made it a little bit more exciting or a little more creepy. I don't think I ever jumped. I know you're supposed to jump when Riddler was in the house, but they telegraphed that. You know what I mean? Like there was no.
Yeah. You know what I will say about this? As long as it was for all of its faults, it felt the most like the animated series to me.
Which is funny because the guy that
and it also felt the most like a comic book.
Yeah. Well, maybe that was it. Maybe it felt most like a comic book.
The beats, there was beats too. I mean, mind you, 3 hours kind of takes it, so I can't say it was all one good harmonious beat. But there are moments that felt just ripped from the panels, ripped from.
I did like how they used that Orson Welles rat thing because I have nightmares about. I had nightmares of that when I was a kid. So like. That was kind of creepy. Well, Orson, where they use the rats to rat through.
Oh, the thing.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be.
I thought we were watching an episode, one of the Saw movies at that time.
Hungry rats. No, but I think they did go a little bit on that for some of the stuff. The Riddler itself, I think, I really like the Riddler Joker part at the end, and I wish they would have stopped the movie there. I really do. I think if you left it with the Joker going, riddle me this. What do you need more? Blah, 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 blah.
The friend joke.
Yeah, the friend joke. And if they would have stopped it there, and then your cutscene would have just been like, I'm going to Blood Raven or whatever, and you're good, and then you're good. But yeah, it was a good movie overall. I don't think, the car was stupid, and the chase scene was not good, but. And then there was a little.
Get it. You didn't like the chase scene. That's fine. You didn't have to.
I liked
right, let's move on to our next segment. Yeah. We're 2 hours in. Let's either tier list or do you want to talk about the books that you think should have moved that didn't move?
Oh, hey, half price. See ya. I'm gonna see Jessup.
What do you want to do next? You want a tier list or you want to do the books?
Let's do tier list. Very funny story about half price. I've been texting him for like 4 months, and somebody's been answering, and it wasn't him. I got one of the digits wrong in the number.
So who are you texting?
I don't fucking know. Wasn't him though.
But they knew what you were talking about?
No, I think they're just fucking with me.
All right. Well, you got to pick.
What do we pick? Oh, I got to do the picks. Okay, let's go.
You got to do the picking, and then I can run the. I mean, I can do both if you really want to.
We should get half price on one time. He's a really nice guy. Known him for a while. I've been probably a decade now. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do this because you're just gonna try to put it in A, and Oh, they did
whatever you want. Jump around. These are the live action projects from Marvel and DC over the last maybe two and a half years.
Oh, good Lord, no. All right. I think this was like. Is FX still around? The show?
Yes.
Like WGN. Yes. You know, like WGN used to do the Sunday show. It was like they play something at like 3 p.m. when there's no football on. The matinee show they used to call it.
Oh wow, yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, but it's good. But they put something out there that was just like it was passable movie. Typically, I think that's what this is. It's like a Sunday like WGN like, hey, and you'd be excited because you're like, oh man, I never saw that in the box office, but it was edited so you could see it, and that's kind of it. Like I think that's what Birds of Prey is. Birds of Prey is just like, yeah, it's okay.
I wanted something else, and this is what we got. Is what I get out of Birds.
I'd watch it.
I wanted Gotham City Sirens, and then they gave me this.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the chat's saying, but I think in like C, like right in the, it's a great matinee.
I'm in that BC range because it was still mildly entertaining. There's parts I really like the sandwich. I still want to eat that egg sandwich that she was her breakfast that she wanted to save there. But ultimately
that's like
the older Renee Montoya just didn't it didn't make sense to me. Like I don't know why it was Rosie Perez.
She's Rosie Perez. That's nothing else. He said it.
Well, I mean, but why?
Name value,
Rosie Perez in Pineapple Express, and that was like.
I think DC was like, we can get Rosie Perez. Let's get Rosie Perez. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Hey,
James, what's going on? Birds of Prey, DD. Everybody's putting D. I think it's probably D.
I got an S for hot girl.
Yeah, I know. That's Zag. We're not doing that. All right, so D. I think D.
Zag still gets a vote. The vote still counts.
His vote doesn't. Zaggy.
I'm not saying it's not getting pulled down by all the D's anyway.
Come on one time. I think Zaggy would be funny to have on one time, but then we could only have him on for like 10 minutes. All right. Zaggy, 10 minutes. Put him in D. Put it in D.
Well, I guess so. The chat's. I was kind of more in that B. Like I said, C.
I just D, but D.
It's funny. I actually think D was right just because I didn't like Black Mass, but I get why you would say it wasn't a horror movie. But that alone too, it's like Margot Robbie. She can carry a movie, but she wasn't meant to carry that movie.
Okay. So on the same level, and this is a Vaughn. Is this becoming a Vaughn problem? That Vaughn, like, if he strays too far from the set material of the comics, it just turns to shit.
I only watched like a couple of these, so I have to give a very incomplete ranking.
One wasn't bad. Season 1, it was going into the first like 4 or 5, it wasn't bad, but they start to stray away. You know, like how like The Last Man strayed way the fuck away from the source material and got worse. And that's kind of the same thing. So I got to put it in that kind of D-ish area too. It wasn't completely.
That's fine. I was unimpressed with the little bit that I did watch.
Yeah, I mean, it just was gonna. I gotta pee like a racehorse.
You could go ahead. I can do the next one. What do you want?
No, we'll talk about the next one. This is an interesting one that we can kind of get a little talk in. Swap Thing, I think was.
Oh, the potential was there.
It was.
The potential was there. I think it was actually good. I think the problem with
it ended too early. That's why I still.
That's what I meant. The potential was there. Yeah, like it was. Yeah,
I think it was good. What we got, it's just it ended abruptly. Is all.
Runaways D, yeah, D for Runaways.
Yeah, I already ranked it a D.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to run, we can talk Swamp Thing while you.
Go Swamp Thing because I'll tell you where I have it. I could be persuaded to go B-ish, but I'd have to say because they ended it and everything. If they came out with a season 2, we could have put it to B, but I think where it ended, we have to put it at C. Not the potential it could have been if it went further. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear it because if it didn't end abruptly, yeah, we could have been talking about something else that was really cool because I was into it. It's just as soon as they announced, well, we're gonna do what did they do? 10 episodes instead of 12 or something like that. Like they cut a couple episodes like randomly. It was disappointing, and I also don't think it played as well once they brought it to the network. Didn't they play this on the CW eventually?
They did. They did. After it went through, it went straight. You said it. Yeah, it went there and had to run there. I agree with you. I just, again, the potential being that it was good for the short time it was around. And then I got squashed, and we've not heard about it since. So I think therein lies.
I'm in that BC range.
I'm also, I'm with you. Yeah, I might even just say B. Because we didn't see anything that knocked us off. It just ended, you know?
I mean, Eric's
okay,
given
so
a
I'm
CD.
All right, fair. I mean,
Zaggy's got a B.
There we go.
Joe's got a B.
All right.
Double J's got a B.
There we go. I think we see where we're going with this.
C, so
we're getting that BC range more.
We are in that BC range and more B's than C's. That I know they did have that huge budget, I guess, but it was something new at the time for them. You know, it was DC was trying to do their own TV. They were trying to create their own streaming service and online comic marketplace or whatever, and it just didn't play out as well as they'd hoped.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm with. I personally would say B.
I will still say B.
I feel like Marco would too. We can
let him weigh in once.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm fine putting it in the B because there were plenty of B's here in the chat. It wasn't just me.
No.
Or you. Like we're not just. we're
not speaking for the room. No, that's true.
What do we want to do? We want to do another DC, or we want to
let's do Marvel? Let's do another Marvel. We've done a nice little DC Marvel. DC.
All right, Marvel. Oh, let's see a TV show. Let's do Hellstorm because I only watched like one of these.
Same. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't impressed.
Oh, there's Marco. We Swamp Thing got a B.
How did he get a B? Did he get a B on actual, or did he get a B on potential?
There was a lot of chat. Look,
no, there's a lot of chat. Yeah. What do you think?
JJ,
okay.
Joe.
All right. Cut through. Okay.
James was kind of a little bit lower, but and Eric was also a little bit in the CD range.
He just said, everybody said it was the DC Son of Firefly. All right. I mean, I get it. I wish there's, hopefully
it's incomplete.
I mean, hopefully they'll come up. Yeah. Hopefully they'll finish it off. I mean, hopefully they will. Yeah. He said it's like Firefly. Yeah. I get it. All right. So where are we going? We're going
Firefly.
with Hell.
How frustrating was that?
We're going with Hellstorm. Is that?
Yeah. Hellstrom. Oh shit. We both hit the same button at the same time.
Yeah.
I only watched like one of these just to try it out.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan from what I saw. I wouldn't watch all of it, but there was a reason.
I'm not it's very Hulu's got is Hulu turning into the CW of Marvel?
It's different.
That's actually a good take.
Hot take.
Hulu's weird.
But so is CW. CW's got a couple things that are
CW's weird, but they're still kind of mainstream. Like CW still, we're not going to do it too wild. We're still going to give people what they expect. We're still going to give them all the cliches of all the Dawson's Creek type Gossip Girl type things. We're going to put in the DC universe, and we'll give you some random superheroes.
Hulu's FX. That's a good. Okay, Hulu's FX. I'm just saying like CW, but CW did it too, like with Batwoman, and then like even with I mean, like when you look at what was it, Runaways was on Hulu too, and that reminds me a lot of. So maybe we'll have it down further. I don't know if it's in the list, but the DC Legend, the DC League.
No. I didn't go to the CW shows.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying, and that's kind of where I have Hellstrom too. Is like it wasn't a good one. So C for Hell, huh? Maybe if I watched the whole thing, I didn't watch the whole thing.
I didn't either. That's why I can't really say much.
So you guys are saying. Yeah, this is our problem. But you know what? This is when I was talking to that gentleman that was next to me, two down, that he had
crashes.
Yeah, he had said that Peacemaker was trash, and I said, "Did you watch 2 episodes?" He said, "Yeah, exactly 2 episodes." I said, "Well, if you give it a shot," and he's like, "I'm not giving that a shot." I go, "Believe me, if you give it a shot, it's not going to be such trash."
But I wasn't seeing the same potential.
Okay, well. C for Hell.
Yeah,
we got a trash D and some C's.
We got a bunch of D's and trash.
Oh, did we up there? Okay, good.
Yeah. I mean, a couple D's.
Yeah, a couple C's. Are we D'ing it or trashing it? Which one are we doing?
I like D. I don't think it.
I'm also D.
Like I didn't see enough to feel comfortable completely. Trashing it. So.
Mm-hmm. But you also didn't see enough to go like, oh, that's a good show.
Yeah, I'm just not revisiting.
Put it in D's. We're gonna rock. Then we'll do another Marvel and we'll rock it. This is one I think might get us a little split, but I really enjoyed this. I had very low expectations, and I think it turned out to be exceptionally well done. Which Hawkeye.
This is.
I mean, I thought all of it was good
for me.
This was actually when talking about it with the DC guy, he brought up that he didn't call it Hawkeye because I don't think he knew what Hawkeye was, but he's like, That one where the guy shoots the arrows like Green Arrow does, but he's all purple. That show was good. And he's like, why can't DC do that? That's a movie. And I was like, well, I think it was a TV show, but I mean, I think he was confused like what it was. But he did say it was good, and I said, yes, I agree. Because he said Kingpin. He said, when Fish showed up, it was awesome. And I must agree. When Fish showed up, it was awesome in that movie.
Yeah, but at the same time, even when Fisk showed up, then I had questions like, wait, is he like a superhuman now? All of a sudden, he's throwing people through wall. Like, shit wasn't explained to me.
I think they just brought the same one over. Now, they haven't ever explained it, so I guess you're right about that. Like, but I figured that they just took the same power set he had. I mean, he's a big dude.
They are Dusty Baker. I'm so excited for the Rollin Givens movie. The Justified. That's awesome. I think B is a good place for it.
I'm a solid
saying
B.
Good. I'm not saying like we got to rock and roll. It's not like, once again, I think just you can say stuff's good and put it to a point of B.
There's nothing wrong with a B. Like a B is a solid grade to me.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's
all right. So we did 2.
It was good.
So we're gonna go back to. So let's try to find something. Well, do we know this hasn't even happened yet? Has it? So we won't go to that.
Yeah. It was on Stars, but I only watched like part of an episode. Yeah.
Okay. Well, did anybody?
I tried it.
It wasn't my thing. It was just weird. It just wasn't. I wish I had more to say about it, but like, obviously Pennyworth's the main guy. I just guess what, espionage, intrigue, and it's just your run of the mill show. Except that now you have Pennyworth. You know, there's no,
that's like, kind of how I felt about
Batman payoff. There's no, because before that time, exactly. So like, you have to really be enamored with the character of Alfred before he's the Alfred that you've known all your life.
Oh, I did like the bodyguard Alfred in the Batman movie. It was very nice.
Okay.
I did like their relationship. It wasn't all I love you.
Yeah.
You're my
C. So Eric gave it a C. Eric, what's going on? I don't think I said hi to Eric today. I should have.
I got an incomplete grade. Yeah, I wasn't in love with the idea.
A non-comic type show. I watched season 1. Joe, but that doesn't give us a great solid B, I guess. B's and C's coming out of this. There's actually a good amount of DC undertones in there. Okay. All right. Well. We don't have a C. One more thing. So one more person rank it either B or C. So we can Corbin do the honor. Are we doing B? Oh, B. There it is. Okay, B it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, thanks, Joe.
Sorry. You got
Joe. Joe and I are usually on point, and I didn't watch this. So,
what'd you trust B or C on that, Corbin? What'd you have?
I had a B.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go on B. All right.
I'm just kidding. It was a C for me. I just didn't want to be
I was
mean.
kind of just going to say
I just didn't want to be mean. It's a C. I wasn't enamored with Pennyworth, but I always feel like I'm a little more downer on so I was trying to even it out.
All right. Well, this is once again, I think this comes into the Hawkeye play. I think this plays. I enjoyed this. Obviously, I've told you what other people had kind of said, but I actually enjoyed this show.
I did too. I haven't. I'm not completely caught up. I still have. What season are they on now?
2 and 3? 2.
No. They're beyond 2.
4? Not 4. 3?
3 or 4 is coming up.
Is 3 coming up? Or wait, 4 coming up? Whatever they are at.
Yes,
whatever
3 is coming up, right? Or
like I watched the first season and I watched into the second season. I think
they're through 2. That's why I said 2. Coming on 3. Yes, I like them. I actually have this.
I'm still maxing out at a B here.
I think so too. That's what I was going to say. Okay, good. I was kind of. I'm torn because some of season 2 is definitely in the low C range, but some of season 1 was in the low C range too. But there's some stuff that's like
I see why we let Zaggy have a full vote.
Oh, wow.
D. Oh,
no. That D. I think the D from Zaggy was for the other one.
A for Doom Patrol, much like Legion. It was nice to see something different.
So far, we have an S and we have an A. We have an S for boobs.
Well, we're not having
A for
S for boobs, not for Doom Patrol.
Something different. And I'm with you, Joe. I'm with you that it was nice to have something different, but it's not quite an A for me.
The problem with Doom Patrols is its lows are low, but its average is probably above a C. So I
definitely above a C. It's a solid B. B plus even, but
what do you think?
I would say I feel like it's more B. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Doom Patrol, I've watched the first season and a half. Not entirely my cup of tea. With that being said, as the basic tenets of a story, I think it does a great job of translating that. and kind of diving into the characters and being it's at ease with what it is. It's like Legend of Tomorrow in its own like quirky kind of way.
So
and that's not my flavor, but doesn't mean it's not a bad flavor. So I'd say a B.
So I mean, some of that they had some of that '90s Nickelodeon.
Keep clicking it, same thing, but
I know
there have been 3.
Yeah,
they're waiting on 4.
Okay, there have been 3. Cool.
Waiting at 4. Okay.
All
but
right, so I'm in the same thing. You're saying 2 was iffy. That's where I'm stuck. I'm in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. So put in an A then. Give it an A. Joe's the only one that's watched all 3, and we got.
I wouldn't be against giving it an A either. Like if it does get an A, like it's fine.
So I haven't watched 3. Okay, so I have to catch up with 3.
I got it.
Yeah.
1 second.
B for Doom. Okay. B for Doom Patrol. C for comic. The show is better than the comic. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right.
I'll give it the A bump, I guess.
Yeah, give it the A Bob. Well, because somebody that's why somebody doesn't get full votes because they gave it boobs.
They gave it the S, the boob S vote. I get you. All right. You made your point.
There we go. Anybody else?
I think that we're James. That's kind of where I'm at.
B plus, let's put in the B's. We've got a lot of B's.
That's kind of where I was at, but
put in the B's. Move it to the B's. A lot of B's in there. A lot of B's.
I felt like I would have. I'm more interested in finishing Doom Patrol than watching Pennyworth. And Swamp Thing's done. Like I'd want more Swamp Thing, but we're not getting more Swamp Thing.
Okay. So hot take, real quick. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4,
We've
5.
done 3 and 3. No, yeah, 1, 2, 3. No, we've done 4 blues, 3 reds. So
okay, we're going Marvel. We will go to something very we'll go back to back controversial on
and Marvel is more shows than movies.
We'll go back to back. WandaVision.
I liked WandaVision. I get it. It wasn't for everybody. It started off slow. Like those first 2 episodes, I get it, weren't for everybody, but ultimately as a full series, I liked it.
I have it as a C. I liked it. I just think
I'm at a B. I'm still at a B. Like as much as I liked it, it's still
okay. I didn't have a problem with it till the end. I didn't like the end, to be honest with you.
You didn't like the Ralph Boner, or
the whole ending felt kind of like it just was like, oh, really? Okay. A little bit out of place, maybe.
Like I said, I'm at a B. Like I'm with Eric right there.
Yeah, and
I liked it too. That's I liked it, and it's a B.
Yeah. I mean, I think it had inconsistency problems, but the B's, hey, we're getting B's across.
It was better because all I'm saying is ultimately,
Joe's saying the same thing I am. I like the earlier episodes better than I like the later episodes.
Yeah.
I think
overall, it was still better than average. Is kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm saying. Like the B C line is the middle line.
Yeah,
that's why I put it above.
So you got 3 B's, 2 C's. I don't know.
Say, but if we count my B and count your C, then we're still just slightly above at 4 and
3.
Yeah,
yeah, we're at the B. That's what I'm saying. We're right there at the B point, like a B minus. WandaVision sucked balls. Disjointed nonsense.
Oh, Airboy.
Solid B. Oh my gosh, it's like C. So it's B.
Yeah, James is another one. I see eye to eye a lot with James too.
So B's got a small victory and margin of victory right now. So I guess put her in B. I think it's overrated.
When Corbin comes back, we can let him make a call too.
I think it's overrated there, but no, because if he votes and then ties it up, then it's a tie. Right now, B is the winner so far.
No, okay, but if you feel strongly to pull it down,
I actually I really like this, and I mean I liked it so much I wouldn't mind. I think B or A, but Black Widow.
This is a tough one.
It was so easy to watch.
It was easy to watch.
It was so easy to watch. It was like a Sunday morning. There was nothing wrong with it. There was some great action. Nobody was wrong. It introduced the sister, who's a great character. The dad was a jerk off like he was supposed to be. They didn't try to make him too funny.
And I'm with you.
Big Taskmaster thing was creepy as shit. The old perv.
Let me offer you this though.
And it was free.
Didn't really do anything. Did they tell you anything? Didn't they just tell you exactly what you expected them to tell you?
Isn't that okay sometimes?
It is okay sometimes. And that's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, it was still just kind of, well,
I think at the time
I knew everything that was going to happen. And
but I think sometimes, hear me out with this hot take. Sometimes, if you get a slice of pepperoni pizza and it just tastes like a slice of pepperoni pizza, That's all right.
Just like the Batman. I agree.
It's not bad.
Comes and fulfills expectations. I'm glad you see it now. This is just what I've been trying to say. But no, speaking of Black Widow, I get exactly what you mean, Marco. It didn't do anything important. It didn't fill any gaps. But like, I'm not gonna knock it against it. It's a thing. It happened. It's a B, right?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like at an 85.
I like
the B plus because I enjoyed it.
Actually, Kurt, I like the action, and I really the Yavanna character. I think that she was a surprise.
She was.
I think she was clearly a surprise. And
you whip your hair back and you do this.
Yeah, I thought she was very good. And then when she showed up, I was happy to see her again. And she reminds me of that young lady that used to be in Heroes, and I really had a crush on that young lady that was in Heroes. And then
and or whatever.
I was like, I can't date somebody who's 4'6". So then I stopped having a crush on her.
Why? She married somebody who's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but that's to me, it bugged me too much.
Was it one of the Klitschko brothers?
Yes, it was one of the Klitschko brothers.
Dude's like 6'10".
C double J says CBBB.
I'm at like an 85. Like I get it. I enjoyed Black Widow as well, but I still don't know if I can make this our first
B.
Yeah, Taskmaster was such a letdown. I was so hyped for Taskmaster.
It wasn't Taskmaster. I get it. Okay,
I know the idea of Taskmaster. I know what you mean exactly. That's what took me off. It wasn't. It was Taskmaster as much as the Mandarin was in Iron Man 3.
I mean, that's sometimes why rumors kill stuff, right? Like we've seen this before with the Book of Boba Fett. I think recently. Put it at B. Now put it at B. Don't put it at A. Cheerleader, save the cheerleader, save the world. Yep. There you go. That was one that jumped the shark too, and they need to end.
That's just.
All right, we're gonna go up top. So since I'm gonna hot takes, I actually like this more than most people. I thought it was
I haven't finished it yet.
The problem I had with this was the cheetah. Like besides that, if you take that out of the movie, the way she looked. I'm still saying it's not much. It's not.
I'm still stuck with the whole Chris Pine thing.
I just don't know how you gave such a such an evisceration of a really good DC movie, and now you're trying to back up a movie that's been critically just panned because it sucks. Like you fly a weird flag, Marco. But I mean, bro.
I'm not trying to put it at A. I'm saying like it should be.
No, it should be trash. Absolutely should be trash.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm just shocked that you're like, you know what? Like you're forgiven now.
I don't know if I'm in trash.
Like, where was his love for Robert Pattinson?
No,
I'm kidding.
It's not like I'm going to say the Batman's. I'm not saying the Batman's even C. Like I'm just saying that it's it's probably C minus D. Like it's not. There was definitely some bad parts with it. Like
I thought it was an F, but I get what you mean.
A lot of D. We got one C.
C.
But we got D's and trash.
I mean, it was like the worst parts of a Saturday morning special with bad writing and horrible CGI.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's once again
such a tone departure from the first movie.
Once again, it's a D. That's not. I mean, you give me
Batman Returns, then you give me Batman Forever. You're probably giving Batman Forever a D. Just because of how good Batman Returns was.
No, Batman Returns sucked.
Well, I'm saying in terms of the tone. Like Batman Returns has this weird goth vibe, right? Like this gothic type of tone.
Batman Returns made no goddamn sense.
And then Batman Forever was this.
D, though, right? We're putting in D, right?
D's fine. I would go with trash, but I could take a D.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so, but Corbin, if you think that putting it in D means that I think it's an excellent movie, then yeah, maybe we should move down what I'm going to put the Batman at.
You're a punk.
Something that's pretty good. The only reason I could argue for this being in B is because the first 2 episodes sucked. But after that, it really
I don't say they sucked. I was only worried about the first episode.
I stopped watching it and was like, if it wasn't for Jedi harping on it, I wouldn't have gone back and finished.
Wow.
And I'm glad I did.
My calls to watch the rest of it weren't enough. You need a Jedi to tell you to watch more.
Yeah, that Saturday Night Live Cheetah was in.
I told you, Marco flies a weird flag.
What'd you say? My what flat? What did you say, Pete?
I said you fly a weird
I said my calls to say, hey, give Peacemaker a shot. It gets better.
Well,
it gets nothing but random
You
guy
had to wait till Jedi to tell you to watch.
or someone from the theater.
Stop. There was a bunch of stuff that came out around the same time. Witcher still had to be watched at the time. You know, there was a bunch of stuff going on at that time. So Eagerly Forever. And then once it opened up, I did. Yeah, it was Jedi said it was the greatest show he's ever watched before. So I said, well, it can't be trash then. So are we going A with this?
Jedi was, I think, influenced a lot by the music choices, which I'm not going to lie, I kind of was too.
Plus, Jackass and Deadpool photocopy maybe a little bit. That's okay though. That doesn't mean necessarily.
I'm personally at a solid A. I
can see Airboy. Excuse me. I can see Airboy's point because of the first 2 episodes. It could be a B plus.
I can see not everybody loving it, not loving the vibe of it. But
I don't know.
I was once I bought in and I was like, okay, this can work. I was in. As annoying as it was with Juno Master eating those goddamn Cheetos crunching away.
You can't say you laughed at every episode. Those first 2 episodes were.
No, they weren't that bad. It was the first episode. I was worried. I'm like, well, can this work like as long term? The second episode. What was
what do you have it at?
A.
Corbin has it at A?
I don't know if Corbin has it at. I'm at an A.
Where do you have it at?
I loved it.
I'd give it an A.
Okay, we can leave it at A then. I was hoping it wouldn't get to S because there's a couple S's in there.
There are a couple of S's, but
Well, we got a couple B. Airboy's got a B, so we'll put it in A.
I'm comfortable with an A because.
Yeah.
Oh, I skipped the opening credit scene all the time. I thought that was terrible.
Oh, the opening credit scene.
It's so bad.
It's so awkward. No, it's awkward the first time you see it. Once you get to know the characters and then you see it again, it becomes a lot more amusing.
I almost had to buy a new TV because I accidentally didn't hit the skip button, and I threw the click.
It's something special.
And then I had to get. Oh, I just used this lent. Sorry. But yeah. So. Yeah. A. Put it in A.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. we have an overrated as heck movie up here. Oh, I can't wait to get past it.
Batman?
No, actually. Thank you very much.
What do people think of this? Well, that's another one I kind of had in the B plus area. I actually kind of.
I didn't like it. Kind of disappointing.
See, I liked it, but
I put more in the C.
Really? I'm not down there. I'm more in like an B plus A minus kind of range because I did really like it, but there were still bits that I'm just like, well, didn't hit on all notes.
I don't know. I think the Kang stuff was good. I think it made sense in the end.
Yes, I had no problem with the Kang stuff.
The funny parts were funny. Plus, it had a Wave Runner in it.
The Wave Runner.
Wave Runner. It's a dream. It was kind of like the dream thing. I always liked it.
I'm between an A and a B for it.
Yeah,
out of all the shows, it was probably my favorite of the Disney Plus shows.
Everybody puts it in B.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, B is fine.
Yeah, I think it was probably.
I would take the lower of the two.
Yeah. B.
Mostly because I had other problems with the other shows.
Wait a minute. Corbin's playing a game. He's trying to make DC win here because he just said, I'll take the lower of the two. He's trying
No.
Do not count.
No.
Okay, I think you should move Wonder Woman. I was wrong about Wonder Woman 84. Trash. All right.
Where are we putting Loki?
B. Everybody gave it to me.
Across the board, I'm not trying to game the system like that, Marco. Of the two, I don't feel comfortable putting it A alongside Peacemaker.
I think it's A. I think it would be A. I do. I think it was right. I actually think it was right around Peacemaker. I think it was actually a more complete series.
I think it was just under Peacemaker, only because of, like I said, I like the story, but at the same time, it just felt kind of incomplete in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because there was only 6 episodes. I don't know. Like, I know they were telling the story, but
there's two shows on here that I think people are going to go the opposite that I do in the Marvel area.
We'll see.
I'm going to do one of these real quickly. I'm going to do this and see what people do with Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm at a B.
Really, I think that's high.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That it's like a 80. Like old school B was an 80. Apparently now 80% is not a B in my son's school, like at the C. But
yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't, if we had done this first and not just gave the grade that we gave to Loki, then I would say this is about the same.
As Loki?
Yeah.
I was putting Loki at about a C, and I thought Falcon Winter Soldier about a C. But if C's the new B, then I'm gonna put Falcon Winter Soldier as a B.
Really, I don't think they're on the same level. I think.
See, I don't either. That's the thing. Like, I like Loki better.
That's why I think Loki's at an A.
I have to.
I mean, we can't. Down. We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
B, C.
Well, I'm gonna give Falcon a B.
Don't care for this. Okay, it's still putting it in A doesn't mean. I mean, we put Peacemaker at A. There was some dumb shit in that too. Like
I'm gonna give it a B.
Okay.
The Falcon thing is just so many things. Like they spent a lot of time on certain things, and then they sped through other parts of it.
Zemo was good. Yeah, you said it. B. Yeah, listen, it's gonna be a B. I agree with what you're saying, Pete, as well. There was some elements I didn't like. I thought that for the gravity of the story they were trying to tell.
I did enjoy it.
I can't believe Loki and Winter Soldier on the same.
There, it shouldn't be. So that's why I think Loki needs to be bumped up.
I'm actually not surprised. I think this is about where I expected, but I get what you guys are saying.
But we are getting a lot of yawns and C's.
Well, we get 3, but with that too, if it evens out, it's a B. If they still got to come up with 2 more C's to pull it down.
Yeah, we got.
It was a bit odd. All right, put it in B.
It's just like the whole, U.S. agent when he went bad or whatever. It just happens so.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we might have to re-rack some of this afterwards. I can't believe we've got Winter Soldier the same as Hawkeye, Loki. What in Swamp?
What's the next one?
I'm going to DC.
We're
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Just trying to distract you.
C, right?
C.
What's that?
C.
No.
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 What do you mean?
I enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
Okay. How good? I was like, Pete,
I have a beach full of dicks for freedom. I do it.
Okay. I mean, I think it was
that alone gives it a B.
No, I mean, I think there was. Okay, listen. I think.
I'm just saying. I'm with JJ.
I think that
I think right there with Peacemaker, like the movie as a whole. Who's Milton?
No, I was really
this the whole time.
I was really thinking. I was really thinking. It was exactly like Peacemaker. There was like the low points were pretty bad, and then like the high points were pretty good. But it's just like like
there was a lot.
I thought I'd go back and watch. This is the thing. I thought I'd go back.
I've gone back and watched it. I put it on when I'm working from home. I've gone back.
I haven't. And that's why. Like I've gone back and watched some of Loki. I've gone back and watched some of the Hawkeye. I've gone back and watched some Swamp Thing, and then I thought I'd go back and watch Suicide Squad.
You just never got around to it. You'll change.
I've even watched Black Widow again because I watched it with the wife because I was like, no, it's really good. And I didn't mind watching it. I mean, I was working while I was watching it, but still.
You had a whole thing with your name being Milton. My name's not Milton.
Yeah, that has to be a B.
Yeah, but that's a take. But you know what that was? That Empire Records, right?
Don't give me Empire Records. I mean, that's like Empire Records though.
That was a ripoff. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the jokes weren't that original in this. They were all just a shake and a nod.
I do not regret the things I have done, but those I did not do.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Pete.
Yes, I'll start quoting Empire Records if you want.
Damn the man, save the Empire. C+. Yeah.
Nah, I was with JJ. I'm at an A for Suicide.
Hey, you can be with them. You can be all you want.
If you guys give me a B, fine.
I give you a B.
I was.
You can take a B, but that's not what the people are saying. Almost a B. A lot of people are saying C's, and I'm on the C train. Woo-hoo.
That's fair.
And you are misinformed.
A little bit. As Mark would say, you're wrong, but that's cool.
Again, I think you guys overgraded Pennyworth when we did this, but I don't want to take it out on the expense of the Suicide Squad.
I would rather do that.
I'm saying both Winter Soldier and Pennywise are fucking way too high on this list. And so is Wonder Woman. Should probably be in C2. Or wait, what's that? Not Wonder Woman.
No, you mean trash.
Wonder Woman should be. You said it right the first time. Drunk thoughts. I get it.
No. What I'm saying is not Wonder Woman. WandaVision should have been in C2, but I mean,
no, Wonder Woman should
be up to A. C for Suicide Squad. Just put it Suicide Squad in C. You're not.
I don't understand this.
Ugh.
Pennyweather should be down into C, and so
what's the next one?
That's rough.
I'm gonna be that guy every time it gets awkward.
No,
What's
no,
the
no,
next
it's all right. It's all right. The next one is D.
Yes, it's a D.
It's a D.
I
It's
thought it
not
was the most
original.
overrated movie of the past year.
So overrated. It's not original.
And if you like it, it tells a lot about yourself than you want to share. Trust me.
I'm
It's
surprised.
not-
you guys
Unless
so
it's Pete.
quickly.
I'm just kidding. Unless it's Pete.
I'm surprised you guys so quickly went to D. I was
Oh,
gonna
dude,
say
this was the movie I was commenting
C
on.
at best because
Was
it
it?
was not the Joker I wanted. Like this,
It has nothing to do with the Joker I wanted.
Movie was
It
not
has
the
nothing to
Joker
do with
that
the
I
Joker I wanted. It literally has to do that it's a remake of another movie, and it wasn't that
Taxi
good.
Driver.
I didn't like the
Oh,
shenanigans
not a Taxi
of it.
Driver. No, it was a one night the one with what's his name in it? Hey, the guy that did all the
King of Comedy. Yes, it was a bit of King of Comedy.
Comedy.
Too, with
There's a lot of King of
Taxi
Comedy.
Driver. Both Scorsese movies that Todd.
The whole end of it was, I mean, like 70% of it was the Kings of Comedy. The whole stalking of the thing, talking to the TV guy, thinking he was popular. The whole thing at the end.
The stalking bit's also Taxi Driver when he was just falling
A little bit.
around.
King of Comedy. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we got
It's
it,
a
guys.
D. I would take a C, but
It
it's a
wasn't
D. to me.
falling down, James. Do not degrade falling down by calling this falling down, please, sir. Good day.
You look at the picture; it's 3 inches thick.
Yeah, I think everybody's saying D. Everybody's saying D.
That's
I think
fair.
it was. I think it really was. I think it's a D thing. I think Corbin has a good point. If you, it does say a lot of you. If you think this was some,
But if they would have simply made the entire movie just like imply that it was a story that the Joker was telling the therapist, as opposed to bloody footsteps when he left, it would completely change it for me. Then it
I don't think it would change it for me. I still
because then it would just been a fiction. Like the whole thing we just watched was just a
fiction of a ripoff. Yeah.
And I would have been like, all right, that's kind of fun.
This is the first time today I've agreed with Marco 110%. Like, I just don't see it. I didn't see the lure then. I don't see it now over time. I think if anything, it's proven how unoriginal it was. You know.
Yeah, I think giving it D is generous, but
yeah, we're being nice. It was not like trash. Here's the thing: in terms of like, no, I'm not gonna talk anymore about it. I think a D is we'll do.
Yep, we're done. We're done with it.
All right.
All right. So one that people I think are going to put in D, but I'm going to try to save because I don't think your expectations should have been good for this movie. And if your expectations weren't good for this movie, then it's C. Is The Eternal.
Good luck.
I haven't watched it. I still have yet to watch it.
Oh my gosh!
I've been asking my wife and son to watch it. Like
it's on Disney Plus, dude.
Yeah,
I know. I keep asking them to watch it.
You watch it on Disney Plus.
Just watch it without them.
I know, but they keep saying they want to watch it, so then I keep.
No, they're being fake. You gotta give ultimatum, Pete.
Once again, I think this is. Oh, get the Russian. I think. Once again,
I'll get it. I'll get Rick Marov, and you guys. Oh, somebody else got it.
The older I get, the more I understand falling down. Right? Yeah, I don't think Eternals is trash. I think it's C. They're putting in D, but I will say that like it wasn't.
I heard very good things from some of my friends.
Yeah,
it was
it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's just like I caught it one day when I had nothing else to do, and I sat there and I watched it, and then I was gonna do some work, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. This isn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't Eternals, the comic book. I'll tell you that, like the old one, like the Kirby stuff, but it wasn't.
He got a B out of Arizona.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, Arizona. Hey, what's up, Arizona? Arizona represent.
No, Dusty gave it a B too. That's what I'm saying. I think it's not like I know everybody's saying it's so
we're looking
bad.
at a C right now.
Like if they did an Eternals, I thought eventually I thought it was gonna be so bad you'd be like, there's no way they should ever do anything with the Eternals again.
It wasn't.
I'll give it Eternals 2. I'll give it Eternals 2. If they did it or a series on them, I'd watch it. You know what I mean? I'd watch an Eternals deuce.
I will agree, Airborne, on the watchability. I didn't have any.
Yeah.
But in that same token, I did not think it was a bad movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what he said. Yeah, I mean, like with AZ, baby, it's
yes, it is. Yes, it is. You said I'm.
And then you can't walk. Then you can't walk outside for the next.
No, once July hits,
like a nuclear wasteland.
Once April and May comes across, you just.
I'm frying some eggs on the stove.
I think Airboy made a good point, though. I think it really is a good point. Like it was. I just think it's like, yeah, I don't need to watch it again, but it wasn't bad. Maybe it will, Eric. Maybe you should watch it again and see.
I'm fine with the C. Again, I haven't seen it, but I feel like that's a decent place for it.
All right. Now, this is what I'll say about Titans. Everybody, I think because everybody's expectations was so low, so low with Titans that they were like, I mean, you guys remember some of the comments, and some of them, to be honest with you, were a little bit sexist and racist. Let's not lie about it. We're all adults here. But like, I think it actually turned out to be way better than the expectations. I think some of us that were praying that just put something passable out there were extremely happy when it first came out. So it's getting a little bit over a ranking. But then I look at our list and see that we've got fucking WandaVision in B. And oh Jesus Christ. I think this wasn't overthink it. I thought this was a B, but I don't think it's on the same level as whatever.
Peacemaker. Yeah, no, I think it's got to be stuck in that kind of B range because, again, I didn't have high expectations. I really like the show, but there are times when I get taken out of it because I'm like, why did you have to curse there? Like, it was completely unnecessary for you guys around the dinner table. Again, I curse all the time, but it's to accentuate words, but they'll just fucking miss. I'm like,
you mean it'd be like when you do some like potty humor, like I'll beat all the dicks, I'll eat all the dicks.
Because that was hilarious.
It's more like when the teenager who first thinks it's cool to cuss and is just finding the words, I call it the curse word combo. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't actually fit.
It wasn't a joke. It didn't make something funny.
Like, man, Titans are so beeping bad, just randomly, no context needed, just a bunch of I would give it a C.
Hawk was the worst. Hawk just
and I love
Joe disagrees with you. Joe disagrees with you.
I was about to say, but here's the thing I will say about Joe. I didn't like Hawk until that storyline. Like, I thought he was unbearable, and then the storyline came, and I went, wow, this is a great story. And then I went, he's dying. Like, it was so formulaic in that whole season when he first is introduced. I was like, wow, they're making him a likable character. They must be killing him. And sure enough, you know what I mean? Like, I think even in Joe saying, I agree completely with 110%. Like, that character made me, like, that redemption arc, if you will, whatever season 3 was, made me go and watch all of Reacher.
But
Joe, there you go, Joe. Exactly. It made me go watch all of Reacher, and he was amazing in Reacher. And I'm like, I like that actor. Maybe it was the writing. But the fact that they finally got to their senses to kill the character off didn't sit with me. The fact that Bruce Wayne goes out of character, killing villains, and then want to commit suicide didn't sit right with me. The fact that they only seem to get this
that also bothered me.
They always have these characters that stretch for 13 episodes that they really only need to handle in 9. But the reason why is because they split the team up for something that usually isn't important. A lot of shades of The Last Jedi. We're going C. The more I talk about it, at least I am. Ooh. A lot of shades of The Last Jedi when they sent Finn and them on that useless mission to do nothing.
Oh yeah,
that's what half the Titans do midway through every season. Like 3 of them branch out to do things that
you had aren't going to pay off. But you got electrocuted.
Exactly, you said it. And then what did they do in order to fill an episode? They killed off Hawk and they killed off Tim Drake, and an episode with them in the afterlife, like just random nonsense. So that Scarecrow
can be
the big baddie.
Weird. Pete, where are you at with this? Because I thought it was
kind of in that ish range. But I don't like what's in the B's. Like, again, I'm just like looking at it like shit.
I'm giving it a C.
Jesus. Okay,
well, it's better than the C. But I think the Suicide Squad shouldn't be down in C. But that's my own.
I just don't think I don't think Penny should be in fucking B. I think it should be in C. I think the same thing.
See, you're cursing like they did in Titans.
No, it makes sense. Let's put it in B. Put it in B.
He's using it to accentuate his consternation
at the take.
Being as high.
Put it in B. Put it in B.
I'm just being funny with him.
No, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get.
I still think this B is overstuffed with shit that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I agree. Shang-Chi, but it's not us. I mean, we got to deal with the chat. So, Shang-Chi, the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Well, fuck it. Based off of this list, I got to go A to get something up there because I liked it.
Well, I got to go with A because I actually did really like it.
I also really enjoyed it.
And it was great both in the movie theaters and the home television too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd run off a little bit into the television, but still played pretty well on the.
Yeah, it did actually.
And I know people were saying something about the dragons or something. I don't understand why they're upset about dragons.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind the dragons.
It's Shang-Chi, yeah. Like we're not expecting nothing. Yeah.
I haven't seen Pennyworth because wasn't it on? What's it on? What's Pennyworth on? Oh, Stars. I don't.
Stars.
Yeah, I don't get Stars.
I get it. I just don't have time. I know. Feel like I've already seen Jarvis.
Be mad at WandaVision being in there then.
I've already seen Jarvis in the Peggy Carter show, and I felt like it's going to be a weird knockoff of that. So
it is.
B strong B. I think we could put an A, right?
I'm sticking an A. I don't care what anybody else says. You get tired.
Well, you have to care what they say. That's part of the show. But yeah, I think we should get an A. All right.
He's like beat the viewers.
I'm mad you guys took my beach full of dicks and put it down at sea.
All right, so let's see Corbin over and Beach Full of Dicks overrate this movie. See, this is the problem though. We can't put these two in A. They both have to get into S because A should be B, half of B should be in C.
A should be A.
The Batman
that are there are the A's that I had going in. Apart from I would have had the Suicide Squad up there with them.
Batman is A. If it was a 2-hour movie and if it lightened up some of the tones and stopped trying to be so fucking artsy when it doesn't need to be.
I like the artsy.
It excelled in its artsiness, but I understand.
I like the artsy. I like this movie.
It nailed it. It's S tier.
I would say S as well. I know the chat's going to say no.
You guys, Dick Full of Beaches. I get it. Dick Full of Beaches. I get it. But like, be honest, it's an A tier movie. It really was good.
I like.
Then again, this is the problem. Movie. I think we should have moved some stuff to trash. Almost the entire thing on the bottom should be moved to trash, except for Birds of Prey. Eternals probably where it belongs. Suicide Squad probably where it belongs.
No, Suicide Squad should be up. But Pennyworth, Doom Patrol probably should be lower.
Winter Soldier should come down.
Soldier should be lower.
We have to relive it. We don't have another hour to go into. You're right. It'd be a mess though.
Can somebody else? Batman's A. See,
he's giving A, but I'm telling you. I liked it. Was a quiet movie to start.
Well, hey, we're gonna have to see because right now we have 2 S tiers. So 2 S tiers, 2 A's. Just saying.
Want to arm wrestle for it?
I mean, listen, I got the guns going today. All right.
Go over the top.
Oh, now.
It doesn't matter when I go over the top. Look, I already.
It's about this right here too.
When I come down for a Comic-Con, we're gonna have to.
You got it.
When I turn the hat around, it's like I flip a switch, and it becomes a different person.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we could put. We'll mark it off.
Somebody else.
I will say this: these two movies are on the same level. So here we go.
Yeah.
Right. We agree with that.
Yeah. I agree.
So put them both at S. I mean, put them both at S. Or it doesn't matter.
I agree.
We'll make you happy. So put them both at S. I don't think there's a debate on that. I can't get rid of anything now because I crossed off all the. Oh, son of a gun! Hey, Larry. Okay, there we go. What do we have? Who won this one? It looks like DC might see. I think if we go my list, DC probably actually wins this one. And now it might be a tie.
Let's see. It'd be fun to be a tie. It would make sense given this
wacky. It's close to a tie, but it's not a tie because where it comes down to, it's the B. Because look, 1 for 1, 1 for 1. There are 4 Bs for DC, but 5 Bs for Marvel.
See, Black Widow should have been moved down.
And then these 1 for 1s because Ds are all no score. So it's like a 1-point victory for Marvel.
For who?
For Marvel.
For Marvel?
Yeah. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bs as opposed to 4 Bs.
WandaVision should have been moved down.
Yeah,
absolutely. I wasn't even here. I was in the bathroom when y'all did WandaVision.
Yeah, right.
He was actually.
Yeah. I was in the bathroom.
But with that being said, then you could easily move down some DC stuff too.
No, they should. It should. Yeah.
They should have moved Suicide Squad out more.
It wasn't our fault. It's what the chat did. Chat, you did it. I would. Hey guys, I do have to. I know some people asked for it, so I did go out and buy it. I got a what's a case of these, but some of them have to go. I have to give some away to the kids. So I got a case of these too, so we can open some other. How many come in a case? Does anybody know what comes in a case?
A case? I don't know what comes in a case.
There is a lot.
Well, it also depends. Like cases, I think, are different depending on the thing. Sometimes it's 8. I think some cases might be 12.
No.
Some cases might only be 6
or
or 4.
Case. There's a lot.
What are they?
It's the new version of the
Pokemon.
Some of them are spoken for already for the children.
Well, don't forget, I still got this Marvel annual.
And you still got a Marvel annual. I know, but people were asking for this too. I like that Marvel annual, and then I think JJ's got something too.
Yeah, he does. He got the weird, were they French or something? Or Japanese. Really... It might be Japanese. But this, I bought this with the one card that, I don't know if you guys remember, we broke the other box. That Cosmic Ghost Rider, I sold it. It paid for this box. So one card.
Do you guys want us some Pokédex, or do you guys, or we can't do the whole X-Men thing, can we? No, what? It takes the X-Men, that box that you just pulled. Or I could do yeah. What do you guys want?
Well, don't forget, we gotta do your Batman comics.
Oh, Batman comics. So this is something that I was looking at, like Batman wise, and this doesn't make sense.
It shouldn't take long, but we do have your Batman comics.
So this is something I really thought, because there was something really cool about the Hush thing, and I actually think this is just what I think. Like it would be cool too, because if DC could stay in this universe, they could have the Riddler and Hush work together. They brought up Hush like 15 times, right? Like they could. Corbin, correct? Yes.
Yeah. It was like at least several times in the middle of that whole
going over and over.
Thomas
Riddler thing. They spelled it out. Didn't they have Hush written down?
They had Hush written down. They had it all.
Yeah, it was an obvious, but you said
they could easily make it, and then like the whole thing with Joker and Riddler mixing up at the end, and Riddler kind of wanting to go back after Batman. So we know we're gonna get that. There is a part of Hush where that comes into play with the Riddler and Hush. So I was like, when Marvel hits something like this, even if it gets mentioned, the book's just like astronomical. And if Batman, and kind of unfortunately,
people were paying $25 for a Spectacular Spider-Man. What was it, 76? Because people thought Matt Smith's character was going to be Lucius Crown, the character of Hunger in Morbius.
Yeah,
like they were buying that book because of Morbius.
Where the Hush series actually usually does pretty well. So I wanted Pete. So Pete, could you pull up the book so we can see how they've done considering the movie hit? And this might be something for you guys to go, oh, there's another cover for 608, isn't there?
This is the regular. This is the
that's such a nice cover too.
There is a New York
right before his line gets cut,
and another special edition. But this is the regular basic cover.
All right, so what's the regular basic cover? Last week's sales. Wow.
The New York Post one I mentioned is $10, but otherwise it's $20 to $25 right now.
Oh my gosh!
Really?
Right now?
Yeah. That's March 1st. Well, March 1st. Oh, no, this is last week. So this is last week, March 1st, February 23rd, February 23rd on the 3 sales.
Yeah, let's just take a look at it.
Well, so it's not really last week. They're a little bit past the week. And then this week, the last few sales, 30, 13, and 12. It's kind of all over the place a little bit. I mean, the $13 one in the middle is the New York Post one. This came in the newspaper, I believe. But the $11.99 on March 8th and the March 9th, $30.
Well, I mean, maybe, but this is it. This is what I'm kind of saying, though, just to show people the price.
It's not going up, though.
No, but it's not going up at all. And the one thing is, like, for $10, or you could probably find these because you can in dollar bins. Because you can find them. It might be worth.
They made a lot. They did make a lot.
They did make a lot, but okay, they made a lot, but they made a lot of Marvel stuff too. That
is true.
That goes up just for like if a certain app just put like the rumor has it, Comic Timmy did a video and they say that this rumor, even though it's been proven wrong, can hit something. And Comic Bobby says the same thing. Guess what? The book goes to like 80,000. If they did it with DC stuff, it doesn't do anything, right? Like comic. Whatever, Jack Lantern. I don't want to call anybody because I don't watch anybody else's show, and then all of a sudden I get accused of making fun of people. But whatever you do, like but with Batman it doesn't. But eventually this has got to give, right? Like if Batman is such a hit like Corbin believes it is, and
we will see.
It is though. Watch, it's gonna pop. Come on now, the ramifications are gonna be huge. We'll see. You'll see.
But anyway, so that's what we got for the last couple of weeks sales.
This one.
Okay.
This is the monster, but
yeah,
it doesn't sell because it's hard as hell to find.
Yeah.
So this is kind of tough. So I say last week's sales, but this was February 1st. 9.0 sold a best offer on like $3,000, $2,900. So one would guess probably in that $2,500 range. for a 9.0, but this is impossible.
That's
to
a
find.
money maker right there.
So it is high, especially in that era of the 100K to 70K run. He is right. But the problem with it is it's a lot of readers that don't let it go. So when you think about available copies, it's not as big as you think it is.
And this one hasn't sold recently. So I mean, this is I put this on Ghosts before because this one is hard. This is the retailer incentive. So
yeah, that's kind of the point, Planet. Yeah. No, but not even that. Like, look at what was it in? Look at the Cura book in Book of Fett and how well that she didn't even show up.
That's true.
She didn't show up in a trailer either. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this book
I
is
think it's still there.
If you can find this book, Joe, you go after it.
You don't even have to go to Cure. Shit, look at Thrawn. Thrawn was mentioned. They said his name once.
Yeah. How much of that do you think is going to be immediate payoff this next movie, though? I think they're really going to. Maybe that stuff comes out more in the Arkham series, but I think they want to take their time and really flesh that out. But I really think they had a moment in there where, like you said, Mark, it was all the name dropping of everything.
This is why I think I think Hush. I think Tommy is, instead of going to be the same age as Batman, I think Tommy is going to be, I think he is. I think he's going to be linked to the Riddler, where he's like another kid in the orphanage. And Tommy's dad was the Tommy that died. It's going to be Tommy Senior and Junior. So the original Tommy was it's not, because everybody thought that the reporter that ended up dying that was working Falcone was Riddler's dad, but it's Tommy.
They were kind of implying that.
They stopped just short of saying it. Yeah.
They also implied that it was Hush. Like they did imply that it was Hush also. So I think that we're going to get a Hush Junior, and he's going to be on the side of Riddler, and we're going to get that. That's how the Riddler, the joke, because with the whole thing about like the Riddle joke at the end about you need more friends. He said friend. He didn't say friend. He said friends. So I assume it's going to be more than one.
That's another fair point. Omega Red was another one.
Oh, Omega
Red. There's a shit ton of X-Men 4 out there, but people are still paying for that book.
It's a bigger print run than this book at 100,000. It's a bigger print.
Hey, and they both got Jim Lee, which is why they both sold a lot.
All right, next is there anything else or no?
Yeah. We got the second print. I love this cover.
I love that cover. That's even better than the first.
Yeah, this is the book.
I got one.
It was just amazing.
This is the one that I always get. This is why when you show me the first one, I was like, I don't realize that, because 608. This is why I know
this is the cover. But this is the cover. Second print.
Yeah.
But this is expensive to begin with. This was $125, $200, an $800 9.8. This is all February prices. And then you go to this recent week after, we have the movie. It's still kind of in that same range, 115 to 150, $200 raw.
Yeah.
It's still right in that range. It's not going down. It's not going up. I
think okay, so I'll explain this as far as you guys behind
that last one had 31 bids, by the way. That's an auction, that bottom one.
You guys have known how long I've done this and stuff. Like, this is when we talk about like a safe bet, this is one of them. You want to know why? Because it's still it's a regular seller at the floor. This is the floor at a regular seller. So if it gets a push at any point, if DC pops, this is one of the books you can hold for long times and go with. Like Omega Red, you're gonna have to get rid of those motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, you had to dump Cura. You could have 20 copies. You're only gonna be able to sell 2. You know what I mean? And it's already on the trickle down for the pump and dump. But like with this is a solid one, because this book right here in the second print has 4 years sold around this. And usually it'll tick up a little bit, maybe tick around there. Maybe you'll steal one every once in a while. But if DC or Hush ever hits, which it has a shot, this is the one to go. I mean, this is why I have a couple of these, is because
it is a second print, which is not a first, but
that Joe says
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a book, has a great floor that is set. And when you're looking at some of these books, like, I always love it. I heard a conversation between a couple guys the other day, and they're like, it almost sounded like they're talking about Beanie Babies. Like, oh, these things are going to be so whatever. And it's like, you shouldn't look at the value, in my opinion. Now, this is my opinion. You shouldn't look at the value of what the book's potential is going to be. You should first look at what the floor is going to be. What the floor is going to be. Because even if you can get it out there, like, when we look at a lot of sales, and when you look at it, like, even if you do something, and this is what's gotten our friend Ben in trouble, kind of, because some people don't understand it, Ben Stein, is like he just puts out what the sale was. It doesn't matter what happens the next day, the next week, the month. He just puts what that was.
At the moment in time. He's giving you a list.
The basis of that list. Trey was doing it. Yeah. Ever since Trey was doing that list, the basis of the list has been like a capsule of time, where that might not be the best for. I'm just going to say, in my opinion, because of what we do and how long we've been doing it, that's not the best for investment in comic book.
No, because you don't speculate on what something's selling for.
Yeah, long-term trends are your friends, and this is one that is like, yeah.
But that's part of the problem. Too many people go and buy based off of a hot list. They did it back in the days when Wizard Magazine came out. Oh, it's on the hot 10 list. Let me go buy it. I'm like, no, now is not the time to buy it. You already missed that book.
Yeah.
You don't buy it when it's on the hot 10
No, because that was taken off. That was taken off. The reason why is because Overstreet used to do a quarterly. Oh, we're going to get into a history lesson now. And then this is actually how 180 stopped being Wolverine's first appearance in 181. Overstreet used to do a quarterly, and it would go around to all the cons and bring in the data of what the sales were, and you would see the gradual increases and decreases on it. So then you could take that point in time and decide on what you were going to buy and sell. That's what the hot list was generated off of when Wizards started doing it. And then obviously now with technology, it's shortened down. But do remember, there is it happened in the court. 180 for a while was listed as first appearance of Wolverine. Seen it.
It still is. You go buy those old Marvel cards. You look at the back of it. It says first appearance of Wolverine.
Yeah. A quarterly came out, and 181 on the quarterly was misprinted as the first appearance. But by the time the next quarterly could come out, 181 was outselling 180. There also was a little bit of funny business going on with that, in my opinion.
But, well, it's a cover. People will believe.
Yeah, but there's also more stock. And when guys found out, like, oh crap, we just sold 180, we don't have anymore, and now we can sell 181 at a booming stock for a second appearance. They obviously, they're trying to sell books, so they did. But like that's how it all started, was from Overstreet. Now, the moment of time, even at Wizard, the moment of time was like a monthly, right? Now it's not. Now the moment of time is a week. It's 2 days for me. So you get it. But all right, so here, but these floors, like Joe said, long term's your friend with the floors.
I did manage to get a little bit on your 619 before we had to start. This is what I was scrambling to do before the show started. But it is this is still a very affordable book. I mean, look.
This is the first time he's in costume. So this is the first time you see Hush in costume. Is Tommy
$4.27 in January. That was, I don't know, it's not quite last week, but it's just an older sale because there's not a lot of sales for this book right now.
Right.
And then when you look at the last few sales, it's $9, $21.
But I tell you, all it's going to take, somebody said it in there, Tommy, right? The Tom guy. That's the guy with the glasses, right? Comic Tom, right? That's him. If one of these guys, because they need to build content, and like, I don't care what they say. If they say they buy books or they don't buy books, like, oh, I don't sell books, but then your notification.
No, he sells books. Well,
I don't care. I'm just saying in general, your notification comes on, go collect, key collect, comic book collect, whatever an app is that you're on. There's a reason why you're doing it. Okay. You're producing content and it's going. And when one of these guys way bigger than us will ever be, does that, because it's self-fulfilling, the book will go up at that point. Now the floors will still be here and you have gotten floor level. Now, obviously this went up a little bit with 21 and $9, but this is easily a book you could still drag out when you're bored on day 2 and everybody's saying everything's picked over. This is like what we grab because
this is just one of the covers because there's also the villain cover.
There's the villain cover for this,
and there's a second print too that has the Riddler on the cover.
The Riddler chest cover is the good cover,
but I didn't get the Riddler second print on here.
That's kind of what the one you want is the Riddler chest cover.
But this one, the villain one, is actually even cheaper. This one's
oh wow,
best
he's
offer
on
$6.
He's there,
$10.
You see him, he's like right at the bottom. Like that's his first time in that costume and in the cover. That's him right there. So, I mean, that's a good cover to have. But he's right next to the Riddler. Because they set up all the villains.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then look, even here, March 4th, March 3rd, this is just, when the movie was coming out, $12 best offer. So they probably took $10. $10 is what this.
I think Joe would agree. These are books you should have in your
and there's still a lot of these.
A lot. And you just stag them away.
But yes, there you go. You got your Hush. You got your Riddler next to him.
Jason Todd. Here lies the bat.
Here lies the bat. What is this piece? Tommy Elliott. Yeah, it's a Tommy Elliott.
Fun shout out to that chapter. Yeah.
Yep. That's who Hush is. So
exactly.
There you go. There's a couple books. There is one. We'll probably put it up sometime or whatever. Maybe we'll show you next week. That's got the Riddler playing chess on it.
Yes, the second print cover. I didn't put it in here because I just ran out of time.
Very popular book. So there you guys have it. Nobody asked us to open anything, so we'll let that go because it's also 3 hours in.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed the show. We might do more of that stuff, like little books that like to look for something and like floors. Check the floors on stuff instead of like all the hot, like Joe said, the hot list books. Maybe we should do the floor books. We'll see.
That's basically all the shows that I do. I don't do speculation per se. I talk about things that are already valuable that you can go find in a box. Like I'm not
good price, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so much looking at, well, I'm going to guess on this Wednesday's book and say, hey, Tosin is going to be the next Miles Morales. If you want to play that, you go ahead and you can play that game. I'm talking about nobody's looking at these books over here. Go get it for cover price because nobody's buying it and it's tucked away in that box. That's how I like to buy stuff.
Hey, we're really close to our sub goal is
15, we're like halfway there. We're like 1450.
14.46, I think, somewhere around there. So.
No, we're 14.49 today. I was waiting for that 50 tick. I was waiting for that one more.
We gotta start mailing stuff out then. Also, too, check us out on Sunday. We're gonna have a new formula. I think now that we've, I've spent 3 years trying to just not get into the hot thing or like the tag words or whatever. I think we're going to do a new thing where we're not going to tell you what it is, but check it out. It's going to be kind of a cool segment because
I have no idea what he's talking about. So he's not even telling me.
You check the chat. We have a new segment that's coming in. It's going to be very comic heavy.
Oh, I know. Okay. Now I know.
It's stuff that I've done before on other shows and stuff, and people found really good. So I think we're gonna kind of do it or whatever. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like that, or if you like this that we just did, let us know. If not, let us know that too down below in the comments. And that's all I got. Pete, Corbin, anything?
It is. Thanks for hanging out with us, Arizona.
We will be doing Marvel next week because I can't do this anymore.
Yes, we will be doing something in Marvel next week.
7 weeks. I mean, like, come on.
I'm messing with you.
It's like the Batman. No, not a banking segment. I could do a banking segment. Oh no,
we're not doing an air conditioner or air heater segment either. We're not doing central air either.
No,